that music you hear when you like, I don't know, you in like at a pool party, at a beach party or some shit. This is the type of music you hear. No bullshit. This is the type of music you hear like a baseball game or some shit, football game before the game start. You hear some music like this if you got like a baseball game or some shit. If you're playing some music like this, get the people hyped. Y'all can see Sonic music as well. Ain't no lie, it's fine. This is the music you hear like the old folks home while they try to get them hype while they working out or some shit. They play some music like that. Yo, I don't even know why I chose this song. I don't know why I chose this. It sounded upbeat. It sounded hella like dope at first. Now I'm like listening to it and I'm like, yeah, this ain't really this ain't a good song. We starting a little early today because it's a good day. We starting a little early today because it's a good day. You know why? Because if you want to be Spider-Man, you could be Spider-Man. If you want to be a Wolverine, you could be a Wolverine. If you want to be a Jedi, you could be a Jedi. If you want to be a god, you could be a god. And the only place where you can be those four great things is on the great PlayStation 5. Oh! Round of applause, round of applause, round of applause. Now, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. It is your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona, host of When Persona Speaks, host of When Persona Interviews, and one half of the host of What's Up PlayStation Podcast every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. And yo, you know what? I didn't show out this stream. That's the thing I forgot to do. 1 second, guys. Now, hey, yo, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Yo, them Twitter spaces. Whew. It be too much sometimes, man. It be a lot of Twitter spaces. A lot. And like, people doing Twitter spaces and I it's funny. I had said this, stop by if you And I had said this. I had said that when it comes to that Twitter Spaces stuff, I had said that, yo, that stuff is gonna blow up within the gaming community, because if there's one thing the gaming community will use, it's a place to talk about games. You understand? If there's a platform or something like that that's giving gamers the chance to talk, you best believe they gonna use it. And the gaming community, boy oh boy, ever since it blew up, you feel me? Ever since it blew up, all the time Twitter Spaces, man. Any crazy thing happen on Twitter Space, I mean, if any crazy news happens on Twitter, if any crazy like debates or whatever happens on Twitter, you best believe it's gonna be a Twitter Spaces right behind it. You get what I mean? And yo, man, it be a lot, man. I can't keep up all the time. Yo, I'm telling y'all, yo, King K, so that's a fact. One Twitter Space ends, another one begins. I remember, when was it? It was Thursday or Friday. There was like, I had no bullshit, I had like 12 Twitter Spaces going at the same time. I'm like, yo, I can't keep up. You know, I tend to listen to, like, you know, my boys and whatnot, you know, the people I rock with. I tend to listen to theirs the most. I try to listen to new people's Twitter Spaces as well, 'cause I see a lot of people, they also share out Twitter Spaces, so I like pop in real quick. And like, I'll be honest, man, if they talking bullshit in the Twitter Space, I'm out. Like, I'll pop in real quick, hear what y'all talking about. If it's a lot of bullshit, I'm gone, man. I ain't trying to hear all that, man. You know, feel me? I'm not trying to hear all that, man. It was a couple of Xbox centric Twitter Spaces I had joined over the weekend, and talk about therapy sessions. Hey, man, listen, I get it. You know, like, you know, as much as like people will laugh, I get it. Like, if I was an Xbox fan and I saw that PlayStation showcase last Thursday, I would probably need a therapy session as well, an Xbox therapy group therapy session too, because man, I would be pissed. I would most definitely be pissed. But where are my manners? Let me shout everybody in the chat real quick. Where are my manners? I'm sorry. Yo, Viper Reap, what's good, man? Appreciate you. Yo, Alex E in the building. Alex, how you feeling today? Appreciate you coming through. Compost Smurf, what's going on with you? Appreciate you. Yo, Jesus Morales, what is going on with you, man? Yo, Jeff B Gaming, what is going on with you? Rollo God in the building. Rollo, how you feeling today? Jedi Johnny 5, what's going on with you, bro? Blackbeard in the building. What is going on with you, bro? Ice Queen Gaming in the building. Appreciate you. King Queso, what's going on with you, King? Yo, it's me, baby 80. What is going on? It's gonna be a great work night for me. Let's go. I hope I can get you through the work day or the work night. It's me. I appreciate you coming through. Yo, True Virgil in the building. Appreciate you, True Virgil. He says, today is a pony day. I'm getting out here before the stampede starts. Hey, you heard what Robin Williams said in Jumanji. Run! It's a stampede! Yo, Broken Saint 1978, what's good, bro? Black Rob, what's going on with you? Mr. Go Try Hard Guy Uchia, what is going on with you? Dan S, what's up, man? Stardust is Zero. Stardust, how you feeling today, man? Yo, Oblivious 334, what's going on, bro? Yeah, hit me up on Twitter whenever. Yo, Dylan Rafferty, what's going on with you, man? Yo, Rob Van Got Damn, what's going on, Rob? Appreciate you. Henry Heck in the building. Henry, how you feeling today, man? Who else is here? Make sure I get everybody. Sexy Gemini, what's going on, man? Damien, what's good, man? Appreciate you. My boy Bari in the building, the other half of Whoops. Boy Bari in the building. Shout out to my boy Bari. Yo, Shadow Wolf 712, what's good, bro? Appreciate you. Yo, Carl Anchor. Carl, what's good with you, bro? What's good, man? Make sure I get everybody. Yo, SS9 Vegeta Introtainment. SS9, what's up, man? Appreciate you. Dribble, piss. Yo, Dribble, where you been? Jeez, I'm glad you good. I'm happy to see you here, Dribble. It's been a minute. I hope you good out there. Yo, Issa, ISA, what's up, man? Appreciate you. MUI Tony, what's going on with you? Requiem of Demons, the best name on YouTube, in my opinion. Requiem, what's going on with you, man? Appreciate you. And yeah, shout out to the Early Birds Gaming Night, Black Rob, JP Loco. Appreciate y'all. Now, guys, can I get my Berserker Barrage on? Berserker Barrage. Can I get my Berserker Barrage on? You feel me? I'm feeling like Wolverine, you know? Let's go, bub. You know, let your boy rock out. You feel me? Yo, sir. Oh, yo, Dre, what's good, Dre? Appreciate you, bro. Yo, Orion, what's good? Bor, what's up, man? Appreciate y'all. Martin DS, what's up? Shout out everybody in the chat, man. Round of applause for everybody in the chat. Yo, Star Guardian 88, Star Guardian, what's up, man? Shout out to everybody, man. Appreciate y'all. Yo, can I get my Wolverine on for a little bit, guys? Can I get my Wolverine on for a little bit? I'm feeling a little Wolverine-ish. All right, so let's talk. You know, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this specific show today, and it even though the title and everything is kind of centered around Wolverine, because that was kind of a big thing, right? This weekend, pause. It's kind of gonna surround both Marvel, Star Wars, PlayStation, how they're kind of doing things. You know, we're kind of gonna talk about it all, to be honest with you. But I do want to start with Wolverine, because Wolverine, KOTOR as well, which is such a hot commodity. Oh, speaking of which, hold on. I'm gonna, yo, hold on. Let me put something out here, because a little birdie, put me on to something that somebody was saying in a Twitter space, right? Listen, right? I was just in a Twitter space with Chris Righteous like 30 minutes ago. Shout out to Chris Righteous, by the way. That's my boy, second best listener on YouTube, right? I was just in a Twitter space with Chris Righteous, and you know, we was talking about because PlayStation, yo, DZA, what's up, man? Lorenzo, what's up? PlayStation had put out a tweet, or Sony, I should say, more specifically Sony put out a tweet, right? And y'all know how I do things here. You know, I love to share my screen. So we're going to share the screen. We're going to share the screen. As soon as I can find it. Here we go. So PlayStation put out a tweet. Here we go. So PlayStation put out a tweet pretty much saying that, you know, a legend remade Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake is coming exclusively to the PlayStation 5. Yeah, listen, I love Star Wars. Now listen, I'm gonna put that disclaimer out there, right? I never played KOTOR, right? And I'm very upfront and honest about that. Like, I've heard a lot of great things about it. I know it's an extremely beloved franchise, right? Y'all know I have no problems pointing out the games that I have and have not played when it comes to some of these games out here, right? You know, I never played Dead Space either, so I never played KOTOR, or at least beat it, right? And I was just in a space with Chris Righteous, right? Talking about this and talking about the deal and things like that. Now listen, I'm definitely gonna pick up this KOTOR, right? I'm definitely gonna, you know, I've seen a lot of gameplay and stuff like that of the old school KOTOR and stuff. It looks cool, right? Like I said, I just never, especially me being I know a lot of people are like, how are you a Star Wars fan and never played KOTOR? I never played KOTOR, like, or beat it or whatever case may be. So whatever. But you know, I was in a spaces with Chris Righteous, and you know, we were talking about you know, the deal and what does this mean? Like, is it going to be completely exclusive? Things like that, yada yada yada, right? And you know, I was pointing out, you know, why this type of deal is happening, and kind of making the comparison of, you know, movies, right? And how, you know, we see how a lot of these movie production companies are moving towards moving people back to the movie theaters when it comes to how they consume these new movies, at least initially, right? That first baseline of profit that a lot of these movie production companies and the movie theaters and things like that want to make are they are definitely pushing people back to the movies, right? So you're starting to see, like, for a lot of these movies, they're saying exclusively in theaters because, like we saw with Scarlett Johansson, and I think it was another one, I forgot the name of the other actor or actress, but a lot of directors, actors, and things like that, they definitely are not feeling movies and things like that being on services, right? So when I was talking about this, I was talking about, because Chris had asked the question of, Chris didn't ask the question, but the conversation came up about exclusivity, and I think it was Jez or somebody that was talking about Game Pass or service-based thing, with Game Pass and all other stuff, and like why some of this stuff might not happen on Xbox, or why they're not jumping at this stuff, and how they lost KOTOR and all this other shit, right? And so I'm in there and I'm pointing it out, like, yo, look, when it comes to, I had said, when it comes to the handling of these IPs, now this is something that I've said about EA as well, right? When it comes to Star Wars specifically, right? I had said that when it comes to the handling of these IPs, and again, guys, this is my opinion, I think that PlayStation developers, I think PlayStation developers would be the ones best equipped to really pretty much put some respect on my name type of ordeal, where PlayStation developers would be the ones that would be best equipped, again, this is just my opinion, guys, and I'm going off track record, but I think they would put more love and care into the games, into the creation of some of these games, right? Or even when we look at the studios that PlayStation tends to partner with, even the studios that PlayStation partners with, they give them a lot of support, a lot of help to make sure that they go in the right direction. And not only that, because this dude SC Violet, hey, shout out to SC Violet, man, that's my boy, but I gotta call him out because apparently he's calling me a bandwagon fan, right? So, FC Violet, he's talking about, oh yeah, KOTOR's not being made by a PlayStation studio, and I'm like, no, but some of the original people that created KOTOR are on this team, or a lot of them are on this team. And not only that, they're partnered with PlayStation, and we know from the past that when you partner with PlayStation is going to give you a lot of support and give you a lot of help, and they're publishing this. PlayStation is specifically publishing this game. They're putting a lot of money behind this. PlayStation is going to make sure, I have 100% confidence that PlayStation is going to make sure that this game gets out the door at the highest of qualities. And I think for all of us here, we all know this as well, right? So, a birdie told me that I got called a bandwagon fan. So let's guys, guys, I have no problems being honest with you guys. KOTOR, I ain't gonna walk around here and say I beat KOTOR. As a Star Wars fan in general, I'm excited to play this on a remake and play this on PS5 and all that other shit. But I'm definitely not gonna sit here and act like I know the ins and outs of everything that has to do with KOTOR, right? Am I excited to experience this game in a next gen format? Of course, right? But we were specifically speaking on the exclusivity and things like that, and not about the game. When it came to them talking about the game itself, I was quiet because I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know it. See, that's the problem with this community, is that a lot of people in the community don't know when to shut up. Right? Everyone loves to talk. They love to talk. They love to talk. And then they end up exposing themselves in the process. You don't have to know every single thing. I don't know every single thing. Things that I don't know of, I'm going to remain quiet. I'm going to get the knowledge from the people who've actually played the game. But no, you've got people in this community that will still continue to talk and act like they know what they're talking about when it comes to games, and then they get exposed, and then their credibility is it's in the toilet. I have no problems telling you I didn't beat or play KOTOR to the level that a lot of other fans have. I have no problem saying that. That doesn't make me less of a gamer. That doesn't make me a fraud or nothing because I have no problems telling you that. But that's the problem with this community. A lot of people can't admit that. Because they all want to be a part of the conversation. They always want to talk. That's all they want to do. And listen, I know when it's time to shut up. I know when it's time to be quiet. I know when it's time. Notice how when the conversation, for those that was in that Twitter Spaces, notice that when the conversation shifted to actually talking about the game, I was quiet. I was quiet. Because I can't contribute anything of value to that conversation, because anything that I contribute wouldn't be from a place of experience, and you guys and girls know how I feel about that. So why would I go, why would I not practice what I preach? So who's the bandwagon fan? See, here's the problem with FC. And again, shout out to FC, man. Shout out to FC. FC, that's my boy. That's my boy. Right? Here's the problem with FC. He's hurt. The man is hurt. Trust what I tell you. The man is pissed off and hurt at the fact that Phil Spencer didn't snatch this up first. He is mad and hurt at the fact that PlayStation fans and PlayStation gamers around the world get to experience this greatness of the highest of qualities, because we are an elegant class. Bandwagon fan. What the hell am I a bandwagon fan? I don't need the bandwagon. I don't need to be a bandwagon fan of anything. Because if something is trash, best believe I'm gonna tell you it's trash. If something is good, best believe I'm gonna tell you it's good. I don't care if it's exclusive to PlayStation, not exclusive to PlayStation. I don't care if the developers came to my house and hand delivered the game to me themselves and say, hey, Mr. Persona, we love your content. We love what you do in this community. And we want to hand deliver this game to you. Check your DMs. Let me see. Barry said, check my Twitter DMs. Uh-oh, you DM me, Barry? I don't see nothing. Oh, which DM you talking about? I don't know what DM you talking about, Barry. Oh, you must be talking to somebody else, not me. I don't have no problems telling you guys I don't know everything, because I don't know everything. There are games that I missed, right? KOTOR is a game that I missed out on. Now, see, here's the thing, and this is the same thing I said about Dead Space, because you guys know I never played Dead Space either. I'm gonna say this: the gaming community is 0 for 2 right now, because the gaming community said, "Oh, Persona! Oh my God, Persona, go play Fallout 4, Persona. You're gonna love Fallout 4. It's gonna be such an amazing game. Go get it, Persona." That's what people told me. So I said, okay. People say Fallout is great. You know, oh my God, it's such an iconic series. You check your DMs. I slide up at what? Hey, yo, this, what the fuck is Barry talking about? Oh, you sent me a video. Oh, okay. Shout out to Barry. Hold on, let me
games to modern consoles.
Okay. All right, shout out to Barry. Barry just dropped your boy a goose egg real quick, a golden egg. Shout out to my brother Barry. You know, when it comes to shit, I just lost my train of thought. What was I just saying? Yeah, I'm getting old, guys. I'm 30. I'm old. I'm getting really old. I'm 30. I'm old. What was I saying? You know what they say? Once you hit 30, your body starts to deteriorate. It starts to, yeah, that's what they say, at least. It depends. What was I saying? Oh yeah, KOTOR. Oh, so Fallout 4. Everyone swore up and down, "Oh, Persona, you gonna love this game. This game is amazing." Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay. I bought it. Let's just say Fallout is most definitely not a good game in my opinion. At least Fallout 4. That shit was. I'm sitting there, yo. As soon as I booted up Fallout 4, I was like, no way, this is the game. Where's the rest of it? Like, is this like a PS3 port or something like that? People are like, with a smile on their face, they're telling me, no, Persona.
Absolutely not, Persona. That's the game. That's just how the game works.
And I'm sitting there like, wait a second, what? That's how the game looks, huh? They need to put some more developmental time. And then why is it so buggy and Omar, what's up, bro? Why is it so buggy and skipping and all that? People are like, oh yeah, that's just how it is. That's just Bethesda. No. I'm like, oh wait, hold up. No, we're not just gonna gloss past that. Oh no, it's a great game. Just keep playing it. No. I'm not gonna keep playing this shit. I put like 5, 6, maybe 7 hours in Fallout 4, and I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So that was one they told me about. That was bullshit. The Mass Effect Andromeda. Oh my God, Persona, the Mass Effect series is the best thing since sliced bread. Trust us, Persona. Mass Effect Andromeda is going to be amazing. Oh my God. You know, all this other shit. So I'm like, all right, you know, the community said, all right, let me listen to the community again. That was my mistake. I shouldn't have listened. I listened to them again. I play Mass Effect Andromeda, buggy, glitchy. Story was all over the place. I'm like, what is this? Oh, well, no, you got to play the first 3. The first 3 are the better ones, Persona, not this one. The first 3. But you guys told me Mass Effect Andromeda was going to be good. No. You got to play 1 through 3, Persona. You got to play 1 through 3. All right, fine. I mean, I didn't play 1 through 3, but you know, Andromeda was another game I got burnt on, and I tried on 3 occasions. I put maybe like 15 hours into Andromeda. I tried on 3 separate occasions to really play that game and you know, like get into it, and I'm just like, yo, this shit is just not good. I'm sorry. 42 here. Heading towards 43 in January. Oh, KL, shout out to you, man. Shout out to the older peeps out here. I know y'all talking about when I say I'm 30 and I'm old. Look, I know a lot of y'all are much older than me in here. Shout out to the older crowd, man. Appreciate y'all, Generation X. You know, shout out to my millennials. Where my millennials at? Craig, talk to them.
You're a millennial piece of shit.
Whoa. I need to get Craig the tall Generation X's, POS's, and boomers. You think Craig could do that for me? But so you know, in terms of Dead Space and KOTOR, Dead Space remake and KOTOR remakes, I'm going into those games of a new fan potentially, right? Like I'm going in there completely new. So I mean, you know, what do you expect? Like I'm going in there a new fan, and I hope that I leave out a fan of those games. But I'm going in there a new fan. I'm a new, and I have no problems acknowledging that. That's problem in this community. So with FC Violet, he hurt that KOTOR ain't on the Xbox. That's his problem. I ain't no bandwagon fan because there's nothing for me to be a fan of yet. We just talking about the exclusivity deal, and be honest with you guys, based off what PlayStation said. Oh, matter of fact, let's show you what Bari sent me. Hold up, how do I maximize this screen? I don't want you guys to see the oh, here we go. There we go. I don't there's something in here. I don't. Oh, here we go. All right. So something special in there. I don't want y'all to see. All right, so let's look at what Bari sent us. Bari sent 2 videos. Let's look at the videos that Bari sent us. Shout out to my boy Sid Schumann.
Games to modern consoles. But this is a much bigger project than it was tackled before. So what can you tell me about the team behind the game?
You're absolutely right. While Aspyr has enjoyed a great relationship with Lucasfilm Games through our work bringing classic Star Wars games to new audiences on modern platforms, this project is on a completely different level to anything we have done before. That's why we knew we had to assemble the right team to do this project justice. We put together a team full of industry veterans from fan-favorite RPGs, even including the original Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Hold up, let's back that up a little bit. Let's back that up, because the man says something that a lot of people won't acknowledge.
Oh, well, you know, it's Asper. You know, so do we know what their technical prowess is? Are we sure we're gonna trust the KOTOR how's it go? Are we sure we're gonna trust the KOTOR IP to Asper? We don't know, how great their games are,
You see people looking at their track, trying to utilize their track record to say, oh, well, should we trust the KOTOR IP with them? And this is why I said, when it comes to PlayStation and the business that PlayStation does, trust what I tell you, PlayStation is the type of place that makes studios great. That's first and foremost. Let's keep it a stack here. Second, PlayStation, you think that they weren't going to partner with this team and not make sure that they had the right people in the right places and the right technology and support and everything to create this game? This is a cult classic amongst many. This is a game that is going to move consoles. It is going to move mountains far and wide. It's going to move everyone out the way. You understand? People are going to be walking miles and miles and miles to get to a Best Buy, GameSpot, a Walmart, or wherever, to get them a PS5 to play KOTOR. You best believe PlayStation is going to make sure the right people are there to get the job done. Respectfully.
RPGs, even including the original Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Hold up, y'all ain't hearing it. Let's play it one more time. Can you say it again? Can you say it again for me, sir?
Even including the original Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh my God, they still not hearing you, sir. We might have to go back just a little bit more because, sir, I hear you. You understand? I have 2 ears that work. I'm putting on my listening hat so that I can hear what you have to say. I have good comprehension skills. But there's a lot of people within this community, sir, they don't listen. They don't read. They don't listen. They listen to react. They don't listen to understand. I listen to understand, sir, but for the people in the chat, for the people in the back, sir, can you tell us just one more time? What did you say? One more time, sir.
Team to do this project justice. We put together a team full of industry veterans from fan favorite RPGs, even including the original Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It has been a really rewarding experience to assemble such a talented team to bring back an epic game. Of course, we're also working closely with the amazing teams at PlayStation and
Wait a second. He just said something else that, ladies and gentlemen, put your listening hats on. Remember, guys, listen to understand. Don't listen to respond. Listen, Xbox guys that's in here, whoever's in here, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, whoever, listen to understand, not to respond, because he just said something else. He just said something else. Guys, I don't make the rules. I only convey the information that PlayStation gives me. I'm not making anything up. I'm not spreading misinformation. None of us are. Me and Bari, we're not here to spread misinformation on What's Up PlayStation Podcast on our respective channels. You don't see me all through Twitter trying to spread misinformation. Oh, well, we think this might be here sooner. We think it's gonna also come here. Don't worry, guys. It's gonna be here too. Trust me, dude, trust me. No one here's trying to do that, guys. I only give you the information that PlayStation and the developers give me. Nothing more, nothing less. There's nothing special about me. I put my pants on one leg at a time. You understand? I wake up one eye at a time. You understand? I shower just like you do. I walk on 2 legs just like you do. I am not special. I only give you the information that the developers and PlayStation gives me. But we got to go back to one. Sir, just one more time for the people in the back. And I understand, man. You're tired of repeating yourself. I get it. Sir, I get it. But just for the people in the back. Sir, I have an audience of over 100+ people in here. I just want to make sure that we all understand what you're saying, right? So everyone here is going to listen to understand, and we're going to hear what he has to say. Sir, you've got the floor. Please let us know what it is that you want to tell us. Just one more time, please. Thank you.
To bring back an epic game. Of course, we're also working closely with the amazing teams at PlayStation and Lucasfilm Games. Together, we couldn't be more excited about what we'll be able to show you in the future. All of us are, of course, huge Star Wars fans too. One of the nice parts about building...
Ladies and gentlemen, I just listen to understand. And I've got to be honest with you. He said what all of us have said. People are trying to use Asper's track record to say, oh, well, they can't make a good KOTOR remake. The man told you, what did I just say to you? PlayStation does partnerships with people that they believe in. They build good studios. 1, 2, the man told you himself, we've got the KOTOR veterans and some veteran RPG devs in the business working here to create this remake. We are partnering and working with PlayStation Studios and Lucasfilms to get this project off the ground and into your hands in the utmost highest of qualities. Excuse me? Asper who? What is that you were trying to say about Asper's track record again? Excuse me? In the great words of Bari, how dare you? And one more video, because he did say something else.
Games to modern consoles. But this
Oh no, it's
is
the
a
same.
much bigger project than anything the studio's tackled before. So
Oh no, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Sorry. Okay, it's the same thing. So that's what that is, and it's exclusive to PlayStation. Listen, that's one thing I want you guys to know. That's how business is. This is how business works, right? Here's the crazy thing about all this exclusive talk now, right? Because now you've got people talking about, it always happens when it's PlayStation. Always. It always happens. It never fails. And that's why when I see some of these people talk about exclusive, I laugh. I laugh at them. Because I'm like, you're not being true to yourself. You're not being true. You're not standing by your own convictions. You're trying to win brownie points. You're looking for likes and retweets. That's what this is. Because if it was anybody else, Nintendo does exclusive deals all the time. Why is Monster Hunter Rise 2, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Monster Hunter Story and Monster Hunter Rise. Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Stories 2. Those games are only on Switch and PC. That's not on PlayStation. I don't see anybody pointing out why that's wrong. When Octopath Traveler first came out, that was exclusive to the Switch. I didn't see anybody having an issue with that. Xbox bought an entire publishing company. $7.5 billion. No one had an issue. It was parades in the streets. Cut the cap. Parades in the streets. PlayStation tried to get a little aggressive, get a little competitive. Suddenly the world is burning. Suddenly it's anti-consumer. Suddenly it's wrong. Oh, and let's look at the comments. Let's look at the comments, shall we? Let's look at the comments because the comments are juicy. Is it this one? Let's look at the Lucasfilm. Let's go to Lucasfilm. That's the one I want to go to. Let's go to Lucasfilm. Oops, I spelled it. Lucasfilm Games. Here we go. Let's go to Lucasfilm Games. Because oh boy, were they pissed. Oh boy, were they pissed. Yo, this is how crazy. Shout out to Jeff Grubb, by the way, right? This is nothing against Jeff Grubb. It's more so towards this guy. This is Lucasfilms, right? They're telling you where it's coming to. The man trying to tell you it's timed exclusive because Jeff Grubb says. And listen, nothing against Jeff Grubb. Like shout out to Jeff Grubb. It's more so the guy trying to tell you it's timed exclusive because Jeff Grubb says so. Excuse me, sir. This is Lucasfilms. everyone needs to chill. One, it's a timed exclusive. It'll be on Xbox eventually. This isn't on Lucasfilm Games or Sony. It's on Microsoft not coughing up the cash for the rights to publish this first. Fans have been asking for this for 15 years. Be glad it's happening. Hey, yo, hold on, Ryan Bobby. This guy is pretty level-headed right here, man. I like this. I like this, man. I'm gonna put a like on that. I like that. I like that. I'm going to keep it 100. Anyone mad at this, particularly diehard Xbox fans, don't come to ask for this because Xbox had years to do that. That's the thing too, right? With all of this. That's the thing with all of this. This has been on the table for years. Now, here's my theory of why it went to PlayStation and no one else. Yo, get on the sticks. What's good, man? Thanks for stopping by the space. No doubt. Here's why I think it happened with PlayStation and no one else, and not Xbox or whoever. Because I find it, and this is just me, and I'm going back to pre Game Pass, or maybe even like the start of Game Pass, right? I think I do believe that the Xbox probably did go to them. I do. I think they probably did go, and Disney or whoever wasn't liking that number that they were coming at them with. Like, yo, we not feeling that number. Now, we don't know the setup of this deal with PlayStation, but one thing is for certain, with PlayStation Now, not PlayStation Now is in the service, with how PlayStation is now and where it's set up in terms of a console, especially with the PlayStation 5 and people clamoring for the PlayStation 5 and all that stuff. I think right in looking at the success of Spider-Man, I definitely believe that some of that might have factored into why it was a bit easier for PlayStation to secure the rights. Now, I still think PlayStation definitely paid a grip, right? how whatever the deal is. But yeah, and obviously, like I said, we don't know what the deal. Yo, Raphael, thanks for subbing, appreciate you. We don't know the details of the deal, but I do think that whatever deal PlayStation went to them with, Disney was like, yeah. Because here's the thing, guys, and I'm going to keep saying this, and I know everyone's not going to agree, right? And that's perfectly fine, but here's the thing. PlayStation, one thing that I think a lot of other companies, because regardless of what anyone tries to tell you, like, one thing I want to make abundantly clear, right? Regardless of what anyone tries to tell you about, how great Game Pass is for developers and, smaller developers, fine, right? But when it comes to deals of this caliber, and let's be honest, people want these types of games. Like the small titles and stuff like that are great as well. But people want the Spider-Mans, the Wolverines, the KOTORs, the Final Fantasy 16s and all that. People want that stuff, right? Now, obviously, people are gonna look at it and be like, well, what about Xbox? Starfield's going to Game Pass day and date. Look what that cost them, right? That's the thing that people don't acknowledge or tend to or want to acknowledge, because people like to say, oh, well, KOTOR's coming to Game Pass, Elder Scrolls 6 will be in Game Pass, all these other Bethesda and ZeniMax titles, they'll be in Game Pass day and date. And yes, they will be, but look what it cost Microsoft to secure something of that caliber. That's the point that people need to understand. Yes, the Microsoft has a lot of money and all this, and people love to use that. Yes, but you have to look at what does it cost Microsoft to have those games of that caliber in a service like Game Pass day and date. You give up? I'll tell you, it costs $7.5 billion. That stuff ain't free. That's the shit no one wants to acknowledge. That stuff is not free, man. It cost Microsoft $7.5 billion to secure something of that caliber. You think they're going to just keep on doing that shit all the time? No, because Microsoft is not going to keep putting money down a hole. But it's crazy that this needs to be said. Because I'm being honest, I thought it was obvious. I really thought it was obvious. People really think Starfield and Elder Scrolls and stuff like that being in Game Pass day and date doesn't cost anything. There are people out here that I have been in a lot of Twitter spaces this weekend. Trust me when I tell you, a lot of people think that Starfield shit, Starfield and Elder Scrolls and Bethesda and all, a lot of people think that being in Game Pass, yes, it's good. It definitely props up Game Pass, but what does it cost? People are only looking at the cost for the consumer. And I get it. For the consumer, it costs $10 a month, $15 a month, $1 a month, however, whatever subscription service you have for Game Pass. What it costs Microsoft to have that is $7.5 billion. Who's gonna keep footing that bill? So that's the first thing. The second side of it is, again, with games like KOTOR, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Final Fantasy, whatever, the thought of going is something that Strauss Zelnick, a couple people have said, Sean Layden has said this, a couple of prominent people. These aren't just, these are just people that's just like talking to talk. Like, these are people that run successful companies and businesses, or have run companies and businesses, and they understand the decision making, the business side of everything and how things work. They are telling you that games of the caliber of what a lot of people want to be just constantly going into these services, absolutely not. We've had this conversation. But this is why when you see games like KOTOR, when you see games like Final Fantasy 16, you see games like Wolverine, Spider-Man exclusive to PlayStation, there's a reason. And again, this is just my opinion. Now, obviously, there's deeper business dealings when it comes to, especially with Spider-Man, because it was the movie rights for the game rights. So obviously, we'll get that out the way. But Wolverine, that's something totally different. That's a brand new partnership. That's a new Marvel property, a new entity that is now on PlayStation, exclusively to PlayStation, being made by a PlayStation developer. That is a PlayStation IP. Something has happened on the back end that has Marvel and then, more importantly, Disney extremely happy and willing to give up more Marvel properties to PlayStation to create another PlayStation exclusive game, Wolverine, but more importantly, from the speculation of what we've seen, building a Marvel game universe. If you watched What's Up PlayStation this past Saturday, it was me, Bari, and shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. Hip Hop Gamer came through. He was our guest this past Saturday, and Hip Hop Gamer, he was talking about, he alluded to, there's definitely something bigger on the horizon in terms of this specific deal with Marvel. And I believe him, because we see it unfolding. If it was just Spider-Man and nothing else, then all right, that would be a cause for speculation from a lot of us. Like, maybe not. I don't really see it. But to see Spider-Man and Wolverine under the same umbrella, under the same studio, being made by those teams and being exclusive to PlayStation 5, there's definitely something much bigger at play here. Then when you look at the KOTOR, you look at KOTOR's that deal, PlayStation publishing that. PlayStation is out here playing chess, not checkers, man. They out here moving very strategically. And I agree, Vedra. They've proven themselves to be a company and a place that can produce a high quality product that people want to buy, and also props up the characters in a very positive way. Because that's the other thing I think a lot of you guys need to understand as well when it comes to these IPs and these properties. A lot of these people don't want their characters to not be handled respectfully. What I mean by that, what I mean is essentially being handled with care. Something that can appeal to the masses, to the audience. Now, obviously, EA I mean, you can say that Star Wars stuff is good or bad or whatever. Like, the Battlefront games that EA has done were, I'm kind of one foot in, one foot out. But the Jedi Fallen Order, that was a phenomenal game. A bit buggy, but a phenomenal game. That's and that there's a second game in the works. A game and an IP that people have been clamoring for years. For years, they have been clamoring. People have been begging for a Star Wars game. Yo, Corey, what's up, man? Says at Gaming with Persona, 2 super successful Spider-Man games and a third looking to be bigger than that. Why wouldn't Disney want that? That's what I'm saying. It's a common, in my opinion. Again, guys, this is just my opinion. I ain't no insider. I'm only going off what I'm seeing on the outside looking in and making my own interpretations of what I think is going on. I'm not an insider. I don't know no inside information, so I'm not gonna sit here and act like I do. It's just a conversation, right? But when it comes to PlayStation and how PlayStation has been moving and the type of business deals they have been doing, they've been very successful. Most, if not all, have been very successful. So, damn, man, hold on. Fucking ambulance and fire trucks, man. Shit's crazy. They're another one. They know I'm talking, man. I'm spitting fire. I'm spitting fire, man. They don't want me to talk. I'm out here spitting fire, bruh. They don't want me to talk. When you look at Enter Chico, what's good, man? When you look at PlayStation, when you look at PlayStation, its success, the success of the console, and I'm gonna be honest, the fact that people are buying games, right? Like at full price. Because here's the other thing about it, and I really think this is anywhere, but I think PlayStation is more prominent because a lot of people think something that I was hearing quite a bit this weekend is, a lot of, especially with Wolverine, a lot of people with Wolverine, when that Wolverine news hit, I'm sorry, that hurt a lot of people. That hurt a lot of people. I seen people talking about,
hey man, maybe Xbox can get a Wonder Twins game, or maybe maybe Xbox can get a Scooby-Doo game, or an Aquaman game or something. They can get something.
A lot of people were definitely pissed off and hurt by this, right? And so a lot of people were like scrambling, like trying to think what superhero can I keep using Wonder Twins. Why did I use Wonder Twins first? I think because I seen something about the Wonder Twins when I was scrolling through Twitter a couple days ago, and it's just been on my mind ever since. Wonder Twin powers activate. Shape of an Xbox. Form of an L. I'm sorry. So, when it comes, I see a lot of people kind of like, where's our superhero game? We want, maybe we could get Judge Dredd, or maybe it could be this and that. And listen, that's because there's a lot of hurt. Like, let's be honest here. There's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of hurt, right? But the thing is, I've seen some people, especially in Twitter spaces, talking about what would be a good superhero game to go in the Game Pass. And I'm like, you see? You're going about it, in my opinion, guys, you're going about it the wrong way, in my opinion. If it's not a superhero game that you would be willing to buy like full price, in my opinion, I'm thinking, why is it really worth it? Like, how much money would Xbox and Microsoft have to shell out to get the IP, get the rights to create the game, put enough money and time behind the game, and then throw it in a service? How much money is Xbox losing out? Especially at the rate, at the size of whatever the service is. We don't know how many concurrent subscriptions there are right now, right? I think last it was 19 million. That's pretty decent. But how much money does Microsoft stand to lose? That's what a lot of people have to ask themselves. How much money does Microsoft stand to lose putting it into a service? Again, securing the IP, putting the money up to create the game. And listen, it can't be no bullshit. It's got to be high quality. So 300 million maybe, depending, right? And this goes back to something that Sean Lennon said a couple in his last interview, or not his last one, the second to last interview he's did, when he talks about the sustainability of a lot of these games being created, and how that model. He's talking about, and he spoke about it in a much more grand scale, like a larger scale, but he kind of brought it back to also within the services and that sustainability there. $200 million, $250 million on a game, especially trying to, because again, you're paying the security IP, you're creating the game, but you're also sharing the profits. That's the thing, you're sharing the profits. How much money does Xbox stand to lose? And when you weigh that with actually trying to do it, is it worth, in Xbox mind and Phil Spencer's mind, this is what I'm thinking, is it worth it? That's really what I think he's thinking. Weighing his options, looking at the cost, developmental costs, securing the IP, all this other stuff, putting the money in, is at the end of the day, once the dust settles, is it worth it? And I think with him, he's saying no, it's not. They just spent $7.5 billion. Yes, this is a very rich company, but it ain't because of Xbox that this company is rich. It's the OS, it's the cloud infrastructure. That's where that money is. So in my opinion, again, and the funny thing is, Phil Spencer said this himself. He's not trying to make the blue or green version, a blue or red version of a game. That's what he said. And I think part of that has to do with his vision, how he envisions Game Pass being, how he wants to prop it up, and honestly, what the loss is on doing business deals like this. The difference between, because a lot of people like to use the fact that, Microsoft, they rich, so they could foot the bill and they could take the hit. First off, how many hits you expect a company to take? That's one. Two, just because a company is filthy rich don't mean they just trying to do frivolous deals that aren't going to be lucrative for them. And the way that decision is weighed is based off statistics, the buying statistics of its consumer base, based upon, and again, my opinion, the buying statistics of what the consumer is buying, the type of money they're willing to spend on their platform. I'm talking on their platform. Buying the statistics of spending, the statistics of not the statistics, but how much would it cost to secure such an IP? How much would it cost? How much would the developmental cost? Right? Because again, we don't. Regardless of what people say, they don't want no small time bullshit. They want a very large, grand, high quality game that costs money. And then if PlayStation, if Xbox is splitting that cost, how much does Xbox stand to lose? The difference between PlayStation and Nintendo is, we see Nintendo. Those Nintendo fans, they're gonna buy. If it's something good, they're gonna go out and buy it. Monster Hunter Worlds and Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Stories 2. Those games sold in the millions just on that platform, man. So Nintendo's able to make deals like that, get return on investment, and they continue to make more deals like that because people are going to buy the platforms. Buy the games. The same thing goes for PlayStation. People will go out and, how many people, do you understand how many people are about to go out? Do you understand how many people are about to go out and buy buy a PlayStation 5 for just Wolverine? How many people are going to go out and buy a PS5 for just Spider-Man 2? How many people are going to go out and buy a PS5 for just KOTOR? How many people are going to go out and buy a PS5 just for Final Fantasy 16? How many people are going to go out and buy a PS5 for God of War? Go out and buy a PS5 for GT? Go out and buy a PS5 for Forspoken? Go out and buy a PS5 for these games? For Project Eve? PlayStation can because a lot of people, I see a lot of people ask, you know, how is PlayStation getting deals like this? Because that return on investment it's sweet at $70 a pop. Because you know these games coming out $70. And that's the funny thing, that whole $70 crowd out the door. It's donezo. Out the door. That whole $70 argument when Spider-Man, Wolverine, KOTOR come out, Final Fantasy 16, that whole argument about $70 for a lot of people that's pushing that's out the door. They not, what $70? I don't mind spending $70 for this game. I don't mind spending $70 for that game. Yo, Phil Collins, appreciate you for the super chat, bro. He says, I got a theory. Starfield gonna be sacrificed to Game Pass and they'll retract the all day one in Game Pass using the Bethesda operates alone as a shield. Yo, I swear, Phil Collins, I swear, I had this thought in my mind earlier today when I was listening to a couple of spaces. Phil Collins, I promise you, I'm not lying when I say this. I had that type of thought, not verbatim for what you're saying, but I kind of had a thought like that in terms of like how, because here's the thing, and stick with me, guys, because I know this is hard. I know there's a lot of PlayStation Nation guys that are in here, but I know there's Xbox guys that are in here as well, PC guys. I know there's a lot of y'all in here as well, because a lot of y'all be quoting shit that I say on Twitter, so I know y'all definitely be watching my show. Yo, Enter Cheat Code, appreciate you, bro. He says you are amazing. Thank you, Enter Cheat Code. I really appreciate the support, man. Yo, Sinu.com, thanks so much for the super chat, man. He says 100 mil for Tomb Raider. Imagine the cost for Marvel. Sinu, we about to take that trip. We about to take that road trip. Shout out to Jack Move. We about to take that road trip, man, because we definitely about to go down that lane. Because again, it goes back to what I was just saying. 100 mil for Tomb Raider. All for Tomb Raider to sell better on PlayStation, and PlayStation get a better return on investment, if any. Right? If something like Tomb Raider costs 100 million, imagine Marvel. Sinu is right. Imagine Marvel. We're talking 250, 300 mil at minimum, depending on the character. Now you may get away with 100, 150, depending on the character. But if especially if you're trying to do like a year exclusivity or whatever, or 6 months, that's gonna cost a lot of money. What is the return? Like, how does that look for Microsoft? Right? But to Kevin Green, I'm gonna get your super chat in just a second. Matter of fact, I'll get it now. He says, here's a question. Shout out to Kevin Green for the $5 super chat. He says, here's a question. Why does PlayStation need a Game Pass service but Nintendo doesn't? That's actually a really good question. You know why? Because people, I'll tell you why, Kevin. They're an anomaly. They're an anomaly. Hey, when you ask questions like that, Kevin, that's the answer people give you. They're an anomaly. It's Nintendo. They're an anomaly. It's Nintendo. That's what they say to me. Go ask anybody on Twitter why Nintendo gets special treatment over even Xbox and PlayStation, and that is what they will tell you. It's Nintendo. They're an anomaly. Like they never give you a straight answer. But that is a good question. Why is Nintendo not in the same boat as everyone else? That's a great question. No one can answer it. No one can answer it, bro. I'll tell you why. Honestly, I can't even answer it because I don't even. I'm going to have to use the same answer. They're an anomaly. That's what they say. That's what the community say. The community has told you, or has told the industry, that Nintendo does not need to follow the same rules as PlayStation and Xbox. So when it comes to the expectations of both PlayStation and honestly, a lot of people are starting to tell the industry that even Xbox don't need to follow the same rules as PlayStation But PlayStation, like a lot of people are trying. So in terms of Nintendo, people have already told the industry that Nintendo does not need to follow the same rules as both PlayStation and Xbox. It's that simple. It's fucked up, right? We all see it, right? We all know that Nintendo gets special treatment, and if this was anybody else, they would get cooked for the bullshit that they do and get away with, especially in 2021. But the community and the industry, the community and gamers and journalists and things like that have told the industry, more specifically Nintendo, that they can get away with anything. So they do. Xbox is kind of starting to shift into that. They're an anomaly. Into that anomaly realm too. Because again, you know, and honestly, it's not by everybody. It's really by the zealots, but there's a lot of people in the community that will excuse a lot of what Xbox does not do, or does not do at a high quality, and they hide behind the guise of Game Pass. Game Pass is Xbox's. They're an anomaly. That's Xbox's anomaly. Oh well, you know, it's in Game Pass, so it's all right. So honestly, even Xbox is kind of starting to shift into that realm of vindication. I don't know if that's the word. Do I want to use the word vindication? You know what? Let's go to Google real quick. EEFIN definition of. I don't think vindication is the word I wanted to use.
Vindication.
Yeah, why she say that so serious? Why you so serious, baby?
Vindication.
Y'all hear her? Yo, she too damn serious. Hey, baby, calm down. I'm just coming to get some knowledge for you real quick.
Vindication.
Vindication, the action of clearing someone of blame or suspicion. Proof that someone or something is right, reasonable, or justified. I guess, yeah, we can. I'm gonna use the word vindication. Fuck it. I'm going to use the word vindication because why not? I think vindication is definitely the word I want to use. Anyway, so Xbox is going down that route as well, slowly but surely. Yo, she mad. Why she so mad? She mad about KOTOR. That's a fact. Shout out to you, Rollo. Let me get these other super chats real quick. Yo, Game Over Brian, what's good, bro? Appreciate you. He says, I'm about being fair. Xbox needs their own hero to compete with PlayStation. So I think their marketing rights Shaq Fu remake for Game Pass. Hey yo, they do not need no Shaq Fu. If they do Shaq Fu, that's disrespectful to all gamers, man. That is hella disrespectful. Yo, didn't she sound angry as fuck, guys? Yo, one more time.
Vindication.
Yo, she too angry. Baby, you need to dial it back a bit, baby. Oh, your spirit, I feel your aura, your spirits is just off. It's not meshing with me too well, baby. You gotta dial that back a little bit. But with PlayStation, you know, let me go back to Phil Collins' super chat, because I do want to talk about that real quick, because he said, so just for recap, Phil Collins, he had said, I got a theory that Starfield gonna be sacrificed to Game Pass, and they'll retract the all day one in Game Pass using Bethesda's operates alone as a shield. I believe that. I to a degree. I definitely do think that at some point, especially if Xbox wants to truly compete and truly stay relevant, because I don't care what no one tells you. With shit like Spider-Man, Wolverine, and all this under your belt, Xbox is nowhere near relevant right now, right? PlayStation's showcase last week just shat on everything that we saw during the summer from all these other shows. Like it just shat all over it. Look at the view numbers for the respective official YouTube channels of both Xbox and PlayStation. It shat all over it, right? Like that's just a fact, you know. That's not no fanboy shit. That's just a fact. Go look it up yourself, right? In order for Xbox to stay relevant, they are going to have to get a bit more competitive in my opinion, they're going to have to get a bit more competitive in the third-party exclusivity market, in the superhero market, in the pop culture market. Now, when I say pop culture, I mean some of these heroes you can kind of consider pop culture because a lot of people who don't play games can identify these heroes or identify some of these characters. You get what I'm saying? Or identify where they come from, right? You see a lightsaber, you know that's Star Wars. You see a lightsaber and a game that's Star Wars and you love Star Wars and it's exclusive to PlayStation. There you go. That's it's all together. You see claws, you know that's Wolverine. You see Wolverine is coming to PlayStation exclusivity. There's the correlation. You see Spider-Man, the most profitable character in all of comic book geekdom. It's Spider-Man. You would think it's Batman or Superman, but it's not. It's actually Spider-Man. You see he's exclusive to PlayStation. There's the correlation. There's the relevancy. And obviously Nintendo's an anomaly. And Nintendo's an anomaly, so they're always gonna be relevant even if they ain't doing shit. Although Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, all those different things. Even Nintendo has its relevancy. You see Mario, you think Nintendo. You see Zelda or Link, you think Nintendo. You see Pokemon, Pikachu or something like that, you think Nintendo, right? You see Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Wario, whoever. You see any of those iconic Nintendo characters, you think Nintendo. Xbox has to do, this is my opinion. I keep saying that because oftentimes people think I'm trying to push this off as fact. This is my opinion of how I'm viewing things. Xbox, I think that Xbox is that at some point Xbox is going to say, you know what? We might have spoke too soon about this day and date shit. Y'all gonna have to buy some of these higher quality games. Like Starfield, they'll sacrifice to the wolves. But I think Elder Scrolls 6, no. Even though they said it, I don't think so. And I definitely think it's gonna be not everything's gonna be day and date, but some might. Some things might, but the high quality shit, especially if you want Xbox to compete at this level, you start getting these true third-party deals and third-party characters and creating these high quality games of this level, you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay. I know a lot of people don't like hearing that, but it's the truth. You are going to have to pay. Yo, just a guy, appreciate you for the super chat. It says, but Game Pass. Yo, just a guy, appreciate you. Yo, Freddie K 582C. I've never seen you before, Freddie. Thank you for stopping by the show. I hope you enjoy your stay here, and if you do, I hope you subscribe. I appreciate the super chat, by the way. He says Xbox after Sony tweets confirming KOTOR is exclusive to PlayStation 5. I'm a PlayStation fan too. I'm a PlayStation fan too. You know that. You know how it goes, Freddie. You know how it goes. You know how they get. I'm a PlayStation fan too. And I'm sitting there like, oh wait, KOTOR is exclusive to PS5? Oh,
but this is great for gamers.
You know it's great for gamers. It's always great. But that's what I'm saying, guys. When it comes to exclusives or really competing at this level, Nintendo and PlayStation are lapping Xbox in that department because they are securing the iconic big titles to their platform to give their platform continued relevancy, to give their platform mass appeal. I understand a lot of you guys love Game Pass, and I'm not here to fight that fight. Love what you love. What I'm saying is, you can love Game Pass, but Xbox needs to position themselves in a much different way outside of just Game Pass in order to truly compete. You cannot continue to use the fact that that Xbox or Microsoft is $1 trillion company for why they don't need to compete. That is not a valid excuse. That is not a valid argument. And really, it's bullshit. Let's be honest. It's bullshit. You understand? Xbox needs to position themselves in a much more strategic way if they're trying to get titles like this, if they're trying to get the megatons like this. Because let's be honest, a lot of what was shown at Xbox's E3, nothing shown there is at this level of what we've seen at PlayStation. And listen, that's just my opinion. Some of you may disagree, but all I'm saying is I don't see people clamoring for Stalker 3 and Redfall And we saw those leaks for Redfall. Ooh, some leaks for Redfall. We're gonna call that a red L. Yo, Strick, man, appreciate you, Strictly. He says, the Xbox gamers not buying their games is why Xbox won't get those AAA superhero games. You know what I say? It's their fault. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Strictly. It's like, you want them to have a Hulk game or have a Fantastic Four game or something. I feel like if you really want something like that, you should be willing to pay top dollar for it. That's how I feel. I'm willing to go out and pay 70 for Wolverine. I'm willing to go out and pay 70 for Spider-Man. I'm willing to go out and pay 70 for KOTOR, Dead Space, Final Fantasy 16. I'm willing to go out and spend that. Because one, I'm excited for those games. Two, I want to support the game, the dev, and my preferred console so that they can continue to keep getting those types of deals on their platform. That's the other side of it too. A lot of people think, because a lot of people like to use this notion of, oh, well, the developer, the developer doesn't get all the money anyway. The developer doesn't do this. The developer, it goes to the publisher. It goes to them. They're $1 billion company. They don't need more of my money, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, listen, bro. Because I don't care what no one says. Everyone has a preference, right? Everyone has a preference. And for everyone that has a preference, you want your game, you want dope games to come to your preferred console because that's where you want to play. You want to play them there. You want to be able to play with your friends or talk or whatever the case may be, right? Buying games does that. I will gladly go out and buy the game if it means that I'll be able to get a second game on that same platform because of how well the first game did. Do you think if Spider-Man 1 didn't do well, we would have got what we got right now? I don't think so. Do you think if Spider-Man did not sell well, that we would have got Star Wars? I don't think so. Not at all. Yo, Broken Saint, when did money become such a huge thing? That's a great question. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've never had a problem, and maybe because I'm old-fashioned, at least in gaming years, right? I've never had a problem buying games. Even to this day, I don't have a problem buying games. You know what? Shout out to Jay Barry. Barry said this earlier today about another subject. Because I was watching Luca's Twitter Spaces today. She was talking about the whole Project Eve thing and how the Alex dude from Digital Foundry had a problem with how the chick from Project Eve looked and all that, and whatever. And Barry had said something that really hit me when I was like, damn, yo, Barry's right. Barry had said, when it comes to gaming, the more mainstream gaming becomes, the more people that come into the space. The more people that come into the space, the more issues you're going to see. Nonsensical, in my opinion. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. He didn't say nonsensical. I'm adding in nonsensical because I'm kind of just talking about it from my perspective. The more we'll see nonsensical issues like this, like the price of games and things like that, come up. The more mainstream Spaces gets. Not Spaces, Jesus. The more mainstream gaming gets. You get more people into the space, and you get more people asking, why is this? Why is this that? Things that a lot of us never had issues with, because people have been buying deluxe editions of games for years. This isn't anything particularly new. People have been spending more than 60 or 50 or whatever for games for over a decade, buying deluxe editions, collector's editions, and things like this. This is nothing new. But it's only just recently, towards the end of last generation and most definitely into this generation, that you have a lot of people who find issue with, never mind $70, just buying a game, period. Why is that? The more mainstream it becomes, the more people come in, the more difference of opinions you see, and that leaves us where we are now. But I want to hear y'all thoughts real quick. I want to hear y'all thoughts. I'm through. I'm in the chat. I'm in the chat. I'm in the Discord. Jump in the Discord if you guys want to give your thoughts, talk about this whole exclusivity thing. Damn, this man Omar, this dude Omar don't even got his mic on and he jumped in the damn chat. God damn, Omar. Damn, bruh.
What?
That man Omar ain't even have his mic on. Jumped in the chat.
Yeah.
Nah, what's up, Omar?
Yo.
What's up, Link?
No, I'm fine.
What's up? What's up?
Good on you for doing another show.
What?
Yeah, but I said that good on you for doing another show.
Oh yeah. I said I might have done it today, so yeah, I'm gonna do it today.
I seen it with when Kingdom Hearts became mainstream. How the game changed totally compared to 2. With 3, I mean. It's just at some point, when is gaming too much mainstream and when we need to put a stop to it? And can we even put a stop to it?
Well, you can't put a stop to it. Like it's always gonna just happen.
Gaming too much mainstream and
That's true. Yeah.
stop to it. And can we even put a stop to it?
Well, you can't put a stop to it. Like
There's an echo.
just happen. Is that oblivious?
That's true. Yeah.
Stop to it. And can we even put a stop to it?
Yo, oblivious, what up, man? Oh yeah, you gotta get your mic situated. You can't put a stop to it, but you know, yeah, you really can't put a stop to it, but you know, it's just something that's always gonna happen. Like you can't stop something from growing. You can't put a stop to it, but you know, yeah, you really can't. You gotta echo oblivious.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you gotta echo. I don't know if you're listening to me while you're in here or whatever, but you gotta.
Yeah, I got echo.
Oh, okay, cool. Oblivious, man, what's up, man? Say what's up to the people. First time in here, Oblivious.
Yeah, first time. The thing is, like, I got into the WUPS Discord. So last week I was like confused. I'm like, wait, there's nothing like in here. Like I'm not in chat, but I realized I'm not in the Speak from the Heart. Not Speak from the Heart. Oh yeah, the Speak from the Heart Discord. So yeah, I'm finally here.
Shout out to you, bro. What's your thoughts, man? Talk to us.
Hey, I'm just. It's funny how everything flip flops when it's like focused on PlayStation, because like Microsoft been handing out money to everybody. They've been basically buying the entire industry for like a hot minute, right? Because they don't have anything from the ground up that they can make. So they're like, all right, let's spend some money. So now when PlayStation over here doing what they're doing, everybody has a problem. And like, in my opinion, I really think the reason people are complaining is because they have this fear that PlayStation is just going to like overtake the gaming industry and Microsoft's going to be left in the dust. And it's like, for the most part, like PlayStation been doing this. So I don't know why people are surprised or shocked that they're doing all these moves, because like from jump, PS1, PS2, even PS3 that people say is trash, PlayStation been doing all these moves. So I don't know what the big surprise is with everybody just complaining and just going crazy about what Sony's doing right now. And one of the things on the topic of
hold on real quick. Yo, yeah. Jedi Johnny 5 just became a member on the channel. Ooh! Hey, Jedi Johnny, appreciate you, bro. Another one joins the ranks, the Warriors. All right, go ahead, Oblivious, my fault.
Yeah, the last thing about the Wolverine thing, like I'm thinking like with PlayStation having Evil, right? Because they basically like have Evil. That's like kind of with PlayStation. Mm-hmm. Injustice 3, basically we know that's going to come out. So is it possible that they might have like some kind of like marketing deal with Injustice? So not only will they have like, everything with Insomniac, but also with DC as well. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Oh, you're talking about like Injustice and things like that?
Yeah, because that like Injustice and Evil, they go hand in hand because Injustice is a fighting game.
Yeah.
So like everybody's saying like, yo, Microsoft should do something with, you know, the DC universe and Sony has the Marvel. But I'm thinking like fighting games really are only on PlayStation where they're mostly played, and PlayStation has Evo. So what if PlayStation tries to do a little something with NetherRealm and Injustice in the future, you know? Like they'll basically have the entire superhero genre on lock if they do that.
No, you make a really good point though, because, and that's why I say like the moves that PlayStation has been doing are most definitely very strategic, because when you look at what they do, like, you know, they own Evo now, they support that gives more incentives for the fighting game devs to stick with them, right? And we already see a lot of fighting games, like, you know, Melty Blood comes out Friday. That's gonna be on them. That's gonna be with them. Guilty Gear Strive is exclusive to them. Grand Blue Fantasy, like there's a ton of these fighting games. Everything is surrounded around PlayStation, which is smart because PlayStation is the one to go to for the FGC when it comes to fighting games. They're always doing tournaments. They're supporting that and giving devs support and all that. That you make a good point, but that's why that whole chess video that they made in the beginning, that really rings true across all of what they've been doing lately, because they really have been positioning themselves to be the kind of like the end all be all when it comes to a lot of things that surrounds gaming, anime, fighting games.
Yeah, like you said, anime.
Games,
like they got Crunchyroll, they got Funimation, and they have like all these deals with the Demon Slayer game. Like everything anime and superheroes is coming to PlayStation. Yeah. So I don't know what Microsoft is doing, but I don't know. I don't know.
Let me get these super chats real quick.
It's called proof of it in the pudding. That's basically how the developers and even the companies are looking at. They're looking at how.
Bro can say, hold on, hold your thought, hold your thought. Let me just get these super chats real fast. Yo, Enter Chico, appreciate you for the $2 super chat, and then for the $4.99 super chat, he says, in fact, these collector's editions only exist to test the market on if games could undergo a price increase. I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually the case. Yo, Andrew, appreciate you, $5 super chat. Who here brought Deathloop, and are y'all surprised at the great Metacritic scores of it? No, I'm not surprised. Anything PlayStation aligns themselves with is always a W, so it's no surprise. It's no surprise. And then Iron Panther with the super chat. Appreciate you, Iron Panther. He says, what up, Persona? I know this is off topic, but you had me dying laughing on Jay Barry's podcast with that my bad. I had to pull over, bro. I was done.
My bad.
Yeah, that's my new one. Shout out to Omar. I got that from Omar. But yo, Broken, go ahead, finish your thought, man.
Yeah, I was just saying, what's called. The thing about it is that these companies, like, as much as we all complain about something, and as much as we think they don't hear us, a lot of times we know they do hear us. Like, you know, and you have to look at the facts. Like right now, yes, I'm not gonna lie, Xbox could do a like a DC thing to kind of like even a Battlefield out, but then you have to look at DC is looking also, Warner Brothers is also looking at what's called Xbox produces compared to everyone else. And if they want to dive into that whole gaming world, they're gonna be like, nah, because they're gonna look and see like, yo, look what PlayStation is doing with Marvel names and stuff like that. So if we are going to even touch something like that, let's let PlayStation or one of these companies for PlayStation do it first. And they might do it in the sense of, they might do it on one and then in the other and see who does it better. But we all kind of know how that always ends up at the end of the day, because PlayStation, like you say, they play chess. So they're not going to give like one of their first DC names to some small group. They're going to give it to one of their big ones to make a huge game out of it. And then everyone's going to be like, then DC's going to be like, okay, let's push everything out to PlayStation also. And that's why people on the Xbox side gets angry. Because when I was in that I did a space just a while ago, I was trying to tell them that, you know, where all their, like, you know, where Game Pass, like, who is it for? Let me tell you, when you try to talk to these dudes, even on a peaceful level, they still attack you. They still attack you hard. And I'm like, man, at one point, I'm like, I'm apologizing. I'm so sorry. And they still are like, no, get the hell off here. I'm like, sheesh, okay, I'm sorry.
The thing is, if you're a company outside of the gaming industry and you want to get inside in the gaming industry and you want to put your content out, would you trust Microsoft when you look at their first IP.
No.
Flagship title the way it is.
It's not even about trusting. Like, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't trust Microsoft because I do think that some of the studios that Microsoft has under their belt are capable of making
great studios.
Yeah, they have some great. Yeah, they got some really great studios under their belt. So I wouldn't say I wouldn't trust Microsoft to do that. What I would say is, would Microsoft take the risk?
Yes.
Because I think when you're looking at it from both Xbox and PlayStation's perspective, it's a much less of a risk for PlayStation to throw $350 million at Disney to get Wolverine than it would be for Microsoft to throw $350 million. And obviously I'm just pulling numbers out of my ass. I'm just using numbers. But it's much more, in my opinion, it's much more of a risk for Xbox to do that than PlayStation. Because if Xbox were to do that, yes, I get it. They're the richest company in the world, right? They can buy you 10 times over, whatever. But when it comes to that return on investment, if it's going day in, day into Game Pass, my opinion, guys, just my opinion. I'm gonna keep saying that through the whole show. Y'all gonna hate me. Just my opinion.
You talking that street pharmacy?
When it comes to that return on investment, yo, shout out to Broken Saint, man. Yo, this man's so New York, bro. He's so goddamn New York. When it comes to that return on investment, I do not think Microsoft has the confidence in their player base to get them over the finish line, to make sure that they make a good return on investment and then some.
Of course not.
Because of Game Pass.
They programmed them.
Well, I'm saying because of Game Pass. If it's going into Game Pass, if it's going to go, because most people are going to expect it going to Game Pass. And if Microsoft were to pull back from their word on that, they look like the bad guys, which they don't want right now. So they would have to bite that bullet. And if they bite that bullet, I don't know if Microsoft would make that type of that return back.
Hey yo, fuck Game Pass and Microsoft and Xbox.
Yeah. Hey, honestly, I think it's about money.
More damage.
You have to look at how Xbox does things, like how their formula. They throw a lot of money into a company that they assume. Like if we just let them,
who cares?
I don't, but I'm just saying.
Who cares? Are they throwing money at Disney?
Nice. They can't because Disney don't
want
that shit.
Are they throwing money at Marvel?
No, they're not.
Marvel don't want this either.
Well, no, I think if Xbox
that's what matters. That we don't care what Microsoft is doing. They're not doing shit to please you. Fuck them.
Yeah, shit, man.
Yeah, you got a good point.
Game Pass is the future.
It is.
Who said that?
Are they popping? Is Wolverine adamantium claws popping out his skin on Xbox?
Oh man, you had me dying, boy. You had me dying.
Get a PlayStation 5, bub.
Yo, that shit had me crying, boy.
We out here talking about Game Pass and they're not doing shit. Who subscribed to Game Pass right now in here?
Not me.
Nah, I don't.
Nah, bro.
I got it for $1. I had it for $1.
Exactly.
Nah, no
that's
Game
what it's
Pass.
worth.
I'm just saying when it comes to that, they would. I don't know if that return on investment would be good on them. Just because
no return on investment.
If it's going straight into Game
The
Pass,
only Game Pass subscriber
cool.
in here is Link. That's it.
Oh yeah, Link
You know
definitely
what I
got Game Pass.
I'm not joking. Let's stop.
No, Link definitely got Game Pass. That's why you're quiet, right, Link?
Hate to see it.
Especially that Jeffrey.
I heard my name.
Link, you got Game Pass?
I paid that $1.
Oh,
yep.
And guess what? You know, I paid the $1 to upgrade my gold to Game Pass Ultimate, and I will not be renewing that shit. So
yeah, you definitely gonna renew it when that Halo Infinite comes out.
Glitch,
no, I'm gonna buy that game.
Oh, you buying Halo?
I got the deluxe.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I'm buying it. I bought every Halo. I'm buying it. Yeah.
All right on.
You mind the single player?
Yeah, because the multiplayer is free to play.
You talking about Halo?
Which I'm not a fan of.
Halo.
You talking about Halo?
Halo. I just want to play Halo.
Hello.
I just want to play Halo.
Yo, Court, what's your Court? What's your thought, man? Kind of Court.
It's a whole bunch. I'm sitting here playing Tales of Arise and just listening to everybody, but
as you should.
I'm
gonna be honest. You're a better man than me. Unless you farm in levels, I would damn sure not be in here trying to play Tales and listen to the story.
No. I just made it to the third area, so I'm just kind of.
Oh, that's the demo. That's the grind area right there, because you get the what's it called, Bard? The
level up thing, the little
yeah, I've been in there.
That's what I've been doing.
Yo, I've been in
all
there
day.
for
That's what I've been
hours.
doing.
Yep, that's where I'm
games, man. There's so many games, man. I'm like, I'm trying to do them one at a time, and I'm like, man, y'all talking about the next one. I ain't even finished this one yet.
I'm gonna get to level like 30, and then I'm gonna move to the story.
But no, I had just fought the Grand Dragon. Well, one of the Grand Dragons. So
I'm still playing.
Oh yeah, I definitely did too. Actually, when I got it to max.
This whole situation with Marvel and everything, be like, hey, y'all motherfuckers set yourself up for this shit. Always just going whatever Phil Spencer say. Hey, we're gonna give to the gamers where you don't have to go spend $6 on games. So to the service, all this other shit. Well,
fuck it up. So use like grease.
You getting what you paying for right now. Y'all wanted a hero game? Guess what? You better hope you goddamn Square Enix keep on making Marvel Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, and whatever else, cause y'all ain't getting no dedicated single player goddamn Marvel games anytime soon. Until they quit all that bullshit.
Hey, yo, Quarter real southern dude, man.
No, because I'm tired of that. I'm tired. How long we been telling folks this ain't good for y'all? No, this is great for us. This is great for gamers. All this other shit.
This is the thing, though, Court. I really think, I'm not kidding. Y'all think I'm making jokes when I say this, but I'm really being serious. I think Xbox could legit get the Wonder Twins for about 25 million, bro. That's cheap. That's low budget. You know, do a nice Wonder Twins.
I ain't even gonna joke
nice
about
little
them
Wonder
getting
Twins.
Yo,
listen, a Wonder Twin.
They're getting underdog.
Listen, a Wonder Twins game would be dope, man. You feel me? You know, it'd be nice little budget, probably like 75 million or 7,500 million for the development time and whatnot. You know.
Look,
Xbox gonna get a Dove and Hawk game. It's gonna be co-op. They're gonna get a Dove and Hawk game. It's gonna be a co-op game, multiplayer. It's gonna be it's gonna be a games as a service for a Dove and Hawk game.
Yo, let them get that Space Ghost Coast to Coast game, bro. You feel me?
I'm done with you, bro. You said Space Ghost. I am.
Yo, let them get that Space Ghost Coast to Coast, bro. I think that'd be a good game. Real talk.
Let them get crypto.
Yo, hey, a crypto dog, a dog.
Hey, the only dialogue is.
You get him with the bark.
They be like, yo, this story is amazing.
I beat it twice.
All types of guys.
No, when you said Aquaman, I was like, yo, the crazy thing is, imagine how they was like, that's a good idea. Play the whole game underwater. Why not think of that?
Yo, crypto.
You see, and this is what I said last time. I said once this Wolverine thing come out, that's gonna be the best argument. Anytime anybody says anything, you can just say Wolverine, and they'll just throw a fit every single time. And look what happens now.
Nah, you know what's gonna be crazy? When Wolverine come out and they get like an 89, 88 Metacritic. If it gets that's gonna burn them, bro.
We already know it's gonna hit that.
That's gonna burn them up.
Xbox Studio game right now is getting straight 10s, and they're not even talking about just the game. They're saying just the immersion of the PlayStation version of it, because they know the DualSense is the only one that's gonna be able to do that shit.
Yo, that's a good. Yo, talking about it. Yo, slashing the claws with the DualSense. Oh boy, I can't wait. Oh my God, I cannot wait.
Think about just pulling out your claw alone. So they're gonna give that whole vibration on the sense of pulling out his claws, all that type of stuff.
Oh man, that's gonna be crazy. Yo, Chris, what's your thoughts on this, man? Talk to us, bro.
I mean, like I said earlier in the spaces and shit like that. By the way, I don't know if you were there. Did somebody tell you what FC said when you were like bandwagon?
What do you call him? What do he say? Tell me what he said specifically.
Well, no, it's because when I was talking about it, this is what I said. I said, I said, I'm genuinely excited, for Knights of the Old Republic because I actually played it back in the day, right? So I'm not on this bandwagon of people acting like they're fans, right, of the game. And then he came in here and said, "Oh, like Persona," and I said, "No." I said, let me correct one thing. I can get people who never played the game before get excited because if you're into Star Wars, one thing you've always heard, like from people who play the game, is that this is an amazing game. So new people are going to be into this and excited because it's Star Wars, it's a known IP, and you've all continuously heard that this is the best Star Wars game, which for me, yeah, it absolutely is. I don't know anybody who told you to play Fallout 4 or Mass Effect Andromeda. I would have told you no. I would have told you no. Those games are straight trash.
Yo, facts.
I would have told you don't start with those games. I would have told you to start with Mass Effect 1 or shit like that. So,
but it was like I was saying earlier in my podcast. I said, yo, listen, when y'all was talking about the story, I was quiet because I don't know. And I never was walking around here pretending that I'm a fan of KOTOR. I'm not. I never played the games at the level of what y'all have, so I'm not gonna say and be a fake fan. But I do love Star Wars, and I am excited to play this remake for the first time and experience the story of Riven. I do know about Riven and all that stuff. Revan and all that. I do know about that story. I just never played the games.
No, and that's exactly what I said. Because to me, when I said, I'm not on this band, I'm talking about for the people who, you know how it is. Like this shit would come out and they'll act like they were fans the whole time, but they never played it.
Yep.
There's a lot of that's going around, and that's what I'm talking about like bandwagon.
Yeah.
But for people who are like genuinely excited, because people who are genuinely excited because it is a Star Wars game being made exclusive and publishing by PlayStation, but also it's a remake of a Star Wars game that you heard everybody say is like the greatest Star Wars game. It has a 94.
That's true.
It has a 94 Metacritic with over 70 reviews.
Yeah, so that's pretty high. Wow.
And that's what I'm talking about. So that's why I was like, damn.
Yeah, I played both, and it was like I've always said like that was like my favorite. Like what that and Mass Effect, they were like my favorite Western RPG. That was like one of the first games that I played when I started getting into Western RPGs. Because before that, it was all like Final Fantasy and shit like that on PlayStation, right? That's all I was playing, Chrono Trigger and whatnot. And then, but when I finally got an Xbox, one of the first few games that I got was Morrowind, The Elder Scrolls, and Knights of the Old Republic and Jade Empire. And I remember Knights of the Old Republic was the one that stood out the most because that story is absolutely amazing. I'm not going to spoil it, but Revan's story is fucking phenomenal.
I'm excited.
Amazing.
And I read that they were saying
Darkwing Duck. I'm like, Darkwing Duck is too cool to be put on damn Xbox.
Let me get these. Let me get these super chats real quick. Yo, Fox, man, Fox and around Austin, appreciate you for the super chat. He says Xbox about to get a secret squirrel game. Fuck out of here.
No, they won't. Secret squirrel is too cool for that too.
Yo, Enter Chico, appreciate you for the $4.99 super chat, bro. He says thanks for the entertaining. Getting out of here. Check your DM when you finish up. Have a great evening. Oh yeah, I'll check it when I'm done with the show. Cheat code. Listen, man, I'm telling you, man, they're gonna get a Wonder Twins game. It's gonna be fire, bro.
Oh, that Wonder Twins! When
you said that damn joke about turning into a to Xbox in the form of an L, I dropped my phone, boy. I laughed so hard, boy.
Oh, I want to say one thing about the Wolverine thing. Because I went back. Excuse me. I went back and watched the spoiler cast for Spider-Man 2018. It was the kind of funny one. It was like Greg. He was interviewing I think his name is Brian Intar or something like that.
Intar, yeah.
Yeah, right. And he was interviewing him. And he said this back in 2018, that with this whole Spider-Man situation that they got going on, that they wanted to make that game Spider-Man 2018 to be like the catalyst or like what Iron Man was for like the MCU, like the one that starts this whole new universe of like Marvel characters and whatever, right? He was saying this back in 2018.
He did say that, yeah, he did.
Yeah. And then for a couple of years later, look what we're seeing. Now we're seeing a Wolverine game, which is set in the universe and all that stuff. And then going back to the Star Wars, right? The exclusive Star Wars, knowing that PlayStation, went out and got the publishing of this beloved game, and it's a Star Wars game. This is what PlayStation is doing. They're setting themselves up with some of the biggest IPs known in media, and they're positioning themselves. This is why they're playing chess, not checkers. They're positioning themselves to have these big IPs and these brands associated with PlayStation when it comes to gaming. So now when you think of Marvel and when you think of the home of Marvel when it comes to gaming, you're going to think of PlayStation. And now potentially you're also going to think that when it comes to Star Wars as well, because Sony has the reputation and the track record to produce these high quality games, and these games will usually sell more than the games that were coming out before them that were on all consoles. You know what I mean? So they have that leverage or whatever. So it seems like what PlayStation is doing, the same thing they're doing with fighting games, and the same thing we're doing with Final Fantasy. If you love Final Fantasy, you need a PlayStation. If you love fighting games, you need a PlayStation. If you love Marvel, you need a PlayStation. If you love Star Wars, you need a PlayStation. Like, god damn.
If you love Norse mythology, you need a PlayStation.
Yep, great fact.
Yo, let me get King Queso's thoughts, man. King Queso, what's good, brother?
What's going on, everybody, man? Just excited for the future of PlayStation and the partnership between PlayStation and Disney when it comes to Marvel and LucasArts.
But before you continue, you gotta let us know. Let the chat know. What are you? Are you a spider? Are you a Wolverine? Are you a Jedi? Are you a god? Which one are you? Let us know. Let us know.
I mean, hey, probably PlayStation, man. You be whatever. You change.
There you
Don't
go.
matter.
There you go.
Options?
You're not.
Here?
Let them
You said
know.
what?
We got options here?
Yeah, we got options.
Yeah, of course. It's only right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, give us your thoughts, man. Give us your thoughts on all this.
Just kind of, kind of harp on, from the What's podcast this past Saturday. Everyone can kind of see that, Insomniac and PlayStation, they're building a universe, on their own Marvel universe. They're leading to, I think it's going to lead into the X-Men versus Avengers, or like some kind of, clash between X-Men and Avengers. At least that's the kind of the feel I got from Hip Hop Gamer. He said that's something that everyone, has always wanted. And even in the movie universe, everyone wants to see the X-Men and the Avengers. Everyone wants to see X-Men and the Avengers in the movie together, whether it's teaming up or going against each other. That's what everyone wants to see.
X-Men versus Avengers is lopsided. X-Men will bust the Avengers ass.
Absolutely. Easy.
Yeah, but to have that as a universe in the video game form, like that's just gonna be huge, bro.
Yeah. So
if they do that.
For the people that didn't ever read about the whole Avengers versus X-Men thing, I'm not a nerd. Right. I just know. There's a lot of info though. The only reason why I say it might not be that one is because basically that story actually went in the comic books on the sense of, I don't know, people who are big nerds and read that shit, so I don't want to spoil too much, but it involves a lot of the Phoenix Force into it. So that's a huge thing to try and put into it. So that's why I was saying, that's why I said, based on growing up, that Spider-Man and Wolverine automatically, once you put them together, if they're talking about on a team level, there was a Fantastic Four that was based only on Wolverine, Spider-Man, the Hulk, and Ghost Rider. That was
I love Ghost Rider.
When Fantastic Four was gone, because remember, right now, look at how Fantastic Four is. They're doing horrible. So what better way than to do the new Fantastic Four, which would have four of the biggest, some of the biggest, Marvel names in comics right now, because you have to look at it. Ghost Rider goes for all the mystical, scary shit, which they're now trying to start doing. Hulk, everyone already knows Hulk. And Wolverine and Spider-Man, they're already starting. And the way even hip hop was even saying it, why I got excited was the sense of how they can start with something. Like they start with Spider-Man to open the door to a lot more names they can add to it. Where with Wolverine, they can just do the whole Wolverine game, but hint in a lot of things that can open a big world to it. Because I mean, let's be honest. I would kill to play a game with Wolverine, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider. Like, I mean, the Hulk, I mean, just smashes everything. But I mean, just Ghost Rider and Wolverine and Spider-Man alone, that'd be crazy to play a game like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and also like with Wolverine, they've already hinted at like the Hulk was like the whole Hulk 181. That was that first issue. That was like that issue in particular, the 181 is when like Hulk fought the Wolverine. I think that was like when Wolverine was first introduced.
That was his first appearance.
Yeah, that was his first appearance, exactly right there. So it's looking like Insomniac is probably going to go more of the origin story this time around, even though they didn't do that with Spider-Man. Spider-Man, that wasn't the origin story. But like what you said, like you know, I think that's probably what's going to happen, because I know what you're talking about, what Hip Hop Gamer said on What's Up PlayStation. But if Wolverine, not Wolverine, if Hulk is in the game, and we know that's exactly what they're building up to, then building up to like the whole Wolverine, Spider-Man, Hulk, and like you said, potentially Ghost Rider and shit like that. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see what other cameos we get in the game as far as X-Men. If we get the Wolverine versus Hulk for this game, right, as the origin story, which that was the origin for Wolverines back in the comics, and you know we're gonna get like Wendigo, because like I think Wendigo was part of that as well when he was fighting Hulk and shit like that. So
that's what I was gonna say is you know,
Wolverine's best friend, Nightcrawler.
When it comes to Hulk 181, like I got the issue up on the screen, the 1974 publication, and this is the first appearance of Wolverine. He does fight Hulk, and Wendigo is also there as well. I'm going to take a guess here, right? And listen, I'm shooting in the dark, and I'm fine if the panel doesn't want to agree with me or thinks I'm wilding. I think Hulk is going to be in this game. Wholeheartedly.
That's what we're saying. That's exactly what I was saying.
My fault.
Yeah.
I
think so too.
What I was saying, if they go more of the origin of like an origin story with Wolverine, even though they didn't do that with Spider-Man, because Spider-Man was already 8 years of Spider-Man, right? But if they go more the origin story of Wolverine, and we see the hints there that it's Hulk 181, then the actual origin story of Wolverine, according to the comics, is when he fought Hulk. That's what origin.
Or you can even look at it in the sense of look how X-Men introduced them in the movies. It was a bar too in Canada, so it could be in the sense of they can be going in the sense of like the Wolverine Origins movie. Not so much close to it, but in the sense of they're going to be like going in the sense of Wolverine from like his Canada days, coming up to Charles Xavier, meeting him at the end, in which he joins the X-Men, or he gets offered into the X-Men. Even with the Hulk thing, they can bring the Hulk in the end of the game to kind of like, you know, even before he became a true superhero, like superhero, and in the sense where they can like make it like Hulk comes in the end of the game, kind of like as a teaser that if there's ever another Wolverine game, the Hulk will be a part of it.
Nah, I think to be honest with you, I think going off of like Insomniac and what they do, like what I said, like they didn't go with the origin story with Spider-Man, but I do think that they're doing an origin story with Wolverine. But Insomniac right away, they just threw in the Sinister Six, and they introduced Miles Morales in the very first game. Usually, anybody else, as far as like if they were introducing Miles Morales, he probably would have been a tease of like at the end of the second game, and probably setting up for like the third or whatever and stuff like that. So Insomniac is real good because they comic book lovers too. So if they're gonna you know knock it out the park with Wolverine right away, they're probably gonna go to closer to the comic book origins of the very first time. You know, when Wolverine started getting known, it was when he fought Hulk. So if Hulk is in the game and he's somebody that you fight, obviously we know Hulk is they're gonna become friends after that. But all I want to say is, imagine a Hulk fight on PS5, all this shit's destructing around you and shit like that. Febreze flying, that shit is gonna be fucking
Yep.
crazy. And we
Even
know
in the
set
sense of
Insomniac creates.
even look at what they did with Spider-Man in the sense where they said that they did the Spider-Man story, but the reason why they made a whole new suit for him is because they were saying that it follows Spider-Man, but they're kind of trying to do it in their own way. So you might even see Wolverine not in his exact Wolverine suit, but like something that Insomniac themselves kind of like trying to make their own world into. Because even if you look at that whole, even them phone games and stuff like that, where they were doing the whole mergers of like characters and stuff like that, Marvel sometimes allows you to take their characters and not completely change it, but tweak it in a way that it's your own. So if Insomniac did the same thing with Spider-Man, there's nothing saying that they won't do the same about Wolverine also. So they'll stay into the lore, but they'll in some way switch it up just a little bit for themselves.
Yeah, and by the way, it's confirmed that they are in the same universe in this Insomniac universe
Yep,
that they're
they
building.
said that too.
1048, right? The whole 1048 that's in the same universe or whatever. So we know that they're building up for something more.
That's
and
right.
you know, for like a collab and shit like that. They're doing it in the level of the MCU, where they're gonna have these individual superhero games, Spider-Man, Wolverine, potentially Hulk, potentially Ghost Rider and shit like that, and then for all of them to come together in like one game on like PS6 or some shit like that. I don't know.
These niggas is peeing on Xbox right now. Peeing.
I think one of the reasons why Marvel has
urinating on Xbox
with Insomniac is because like Insomniac, they're fanboys of all these Marvel properties. Like in interviews, they're always saying that they're fanboys of Spider-Man. The same thing with Wolverine, with Hulk. So I think it's a thing about passion. If they came to any other developer and they didn't show the passion that Insomniac did, nobody would have these properties. That's why it's with Insomniac. It's with PlayStation.
So New Avengers has Wolverine, Spider-Man, Luke Cage, Thing, and fucking hell.
Miss Marvel.
Ghost Rider. No.
Captain Marvel.
No, this ain't Captain Marvel. I forgot this chick's name.
Yeah, that's Captain Marvel.
No, that's
not. Captain Marvel.
Scarlet Witch in New Avengers.
No, that's Captain Marvel.
This is Captain Marvel. No.
Yeah, that was her before before her whole girl power thing.
She was.
That was before her. Yeah, she was Miss Marvel. Before that whole Captain Marvel woman power.
Yeah. Okay.
She was before. But the only reason problem I see with this one, why I told people it probably wouldn't be this one, is because Thing and Luke Cage, they're literally the same damn thing.
And you also have Daredevil as well.
Yeah, you got Daredevil, and then you've got.
All right, what's this Daredevil game?
Yeah, I want a Daredevil game, bro.
See, this is my thing. I see. If anything, if they were like, so let's play around with this new Avengers team, right? If anything, I definitely obviously Wolverine, Spider-Man. I think instead of Thing, it'll be Hulk.
I think instead of even if they just don't want to do it, they'll just keep Luke Cage in there because Luke Cage is as strong as Thing.
You got to look at everybody they hinted out. They already gave you little cameos in everybody in Spider-Man. So you got a cameo of Black Panther, you got a cameo of Daredevil, you got a cameo of Luke Cage in the bar, you got a cameo of Doctor Strange. I think that's where they're going to start off with. Yeah, we got Wolverine might be that offset, but I think they're gonna start in New York, man. It's just a perfect place. You can go Fantastic Four. You can even continue the Avengers, and plus, I just want my Daredevil game.
Oh no, Wolverine, that's gonna be in Canada.
We all know you do.
What? No. Well, I'm gonna say with that Wolverine trailer, that was in Madripoor.
I thought it was in Quebec.
No, he's in Madripoor.
Yeah, because it says Little Prince. It says Princess.
Princess
Bar. Yeah.
It's gonna most likely go towards like the whole death. What's her name?
What about that
Lady Deathstrike.
What about the other New Avengers variant with Cat?
They won't put Captain America and Iron Man in there yet. I'll say
Wolverine,
yet.
Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Sentry, Luke Cage. I don't see Sentry. I don't see Spider-Woman either.
They can't put Sentry in there because Sentry is basically DC's DC Superman
Marvel
version.
Superman.
I think they're gonna have a Spider-Man.
I think they're gonna have
a
and Sentry has a lot of issues.
Man,
it'll be too complicated to do like a game or.
Yeah, Sentry is way too complicated to make a game out of because of his issues, because of his mental issues.
Yo, and shout out to Insomniac and Marvel for recognize what they need to do with this Wolverine game and making it actually mature. You know.
Yeah.
All right, now this one, this
I
new
liked
Avengers,
Origin.
I can see this one here. Cap, Spidey, Hulk.
I can see that one.
Cap,
I can see
Spidey,
this one.
Wolverine,
U.S. Agent.
Luke Cage,
I mean,
and
Bucky.
Hold on,
Bucky, that's the Buck. Oh, my bad. Good. No, you go ahead.
What was your persona?
Oh no! I thought you was talking about
No.
Cap, Spidey, Luke Cage, Wolverine, and help me out with this last guy. Is that Iron
Ronan.
Fist? That's Ronan. That's Ronan.
Yeah, Ronan. Yeah.
Sure, that's not Iron
Yeah, that's
Fist?
Ronan. Nah, that's Ronan. That's technically Hawkeye.
Yeah, Hawkeye, Ronan. Okay, I can see
And
That's
that.
not Iron Fist. Yeah, that's
That's not Iron Fist, that's Ronan.
That's Bucky Rogers. That's Bucky. Captain America.
Oh, I thought it was Steve Rogers.
Yo, y'all talking about the Wolverine game?
Yeah.
Once you see the gun in his hand,
this is not Cap. This is Bucky right here.
Yeah.
If you look
Once
at
you
the
see gun in his
Bendis,
hand,
if this is
Yeah,
Bendis.
see,
That's Bucky, Captain America, and that was Ronan at the top left. I just started looking at your stream.
that's the Illuminati right there.
Oh yeah, that's House
How
of
many?
Illuminati.
How many Avengers?
Yo,
are
I can
there?
see, I can see this
Yeah,
Ronan.
so
I can see this Ronan
Get the
squad,
book.
bro. I could definitely see Ronan
Yeah, I can see the Ronan
and
squad,
Spider-Man, Wolverine, Iron Man, Luke Cage. Probably not Spider-Woman.
Yo, it's the funny thing with Iron Man. They already have deals with Iron Man. You already have a
VR.
a VR
VR
game.
shit, yeah.
You already have that license.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
you
I'm
already
saying.
you already worked with that license.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
the
I could
Avengers
definitely
is
see
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah, I could definitely see
That's right.
Spider-Man in
And
there.
to answer your question about the Avengers, let's just say there's over 100 of them.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of. There's a lot of
200
different
of them.
variations.
There's about 200 of them.
There's so many compositional teams.
You got
There's like you got an A
Hercules.
team, B
You
team.
got Hercules.
Yeah, you got the different times, the golden ages.
Wonder-
Yeah.
This
The universes too. Yeah.
All right, so this the team Barry want. I know Barry want this new Avengers team. They fighting Hulk.
Daredevil.
It's Daredevil.
Yeah, Avengers,
It's-
Daredevil in there.
Yeah, this Daredevil, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Hawkeye, and is that X? No, that's not X. Is that another? I think that's Multiverse Wolverine as well.
That's Hulk's kid.
No, the other
That might be,
Wolverine. This is
Draken.
probably what's his name, Draken, his son.
Ah, okay, got you. I can definitely see this team, and they go. What's the name right there?
That'd be crazy if you told you Hulk to use Hulk's son. That should be crazy.
You mean Wolverine's son?
No, I mean Hulk's son,
Oh,
Scar.
Hulk's son, Scar. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, this is Scar right here.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
picture you looking at?
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
Scar.
Yeah.
What about
Oh,
Falcon?
you know what? I see
Yo,
it. I see the belt across his chest. I didn't even notice that. This definitely Scar, 100%.
If Insomniac wants to like be very bold, I think they should work up to an X-Men versus Avenger. I think
But
that
that's
should
what
be
I said.
dope.
The whole
I don't know
Phoenix
if I
thing,
want to see that.
Yo,
I think
if they truly like smart with it, as much as I want a Daredevil, I think the next like game they should do is the Iron Man. That would be if they nailed that Iron Man, bro, like an Iron Man standalone game that is finally good, and you have all those suits and you know they take care of the suits and all that. That would be fire, cause that would set up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because Iron Man is he's like the second biggest Marvel character, as Spider-Man.
Well,
and Iron Man.
before the movie came out, Iron Man was actually a B-level
Yeah,
superhero.
he was. Yeah, no, that's a
That's
fact.
the crazy thing. The movie made him into an A-lister.
Really?
Nah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
No, as far as popularity,
Tell you, when
as far as
before
popularity,
they
yeah.
did it, that's why they took the gamble. That's why they said such a huge gamble about Iron Man, because
No,
Iron Man
popularity went down after
years.
Civil War because a lot of people didn't really side with how he felt, and he became really like a real drunkard, and he became like a bad dude. But when it comes to that, as far as a B tier superhero, nah, Iron Man is a fucking
Marvel
beast.
themselves said it. Marvel said it. Marvel said that basically they're going from like the 90s coming up. There was like his popularity, like you said, his popularity went down so much that people weren't really buying his comics that much. So he was a B-lister. So when they picked him, they said it was a gamble in the sense of not picking like Captain America or like, one of them real big names like Wolverine. They just went straight for what's called Iron Man, because at the same time, because Marvel sold so many of their properties to everybody else, they didn't have much choices to go with. So they went with Iron Man first because they figured that Captain America first, it really wouldn't appeal to a lot of people to do it first. That's why Iron Man was the very first movie, and then the second movie came out. And then when they saw how much money they were making, that's when they made the the jump to go to Captain America. Because remember, they tried to kill Captain America in the comic books, but because they thought no one gave a shit about him. But once people like made a huge ass uproar about it, they brought Captain America back to life. Because they were trying to kill him off, just like they did Superman. Actually, the longest person they killed,
where they messed up with Superman was when they when they did
like 2 more issues.
Or no, when they did the the death of Superman. That was that specific comic was really good, but when they brought him back, I'm like, eh. But the whole Superman Prime shit, I didn't really, even though he's like this, that's like God level Superman. I didn't really like that. This man had reality warping abilities and could create planets and galaxies out of nothing, and I'm like, come on, man, y'all are like doing too much.
Boy. I want to play as Venom. I know what they probably do. West Coast Avengers. Look that up. West Coast Avengers. They'll have a War Machine instead of Iron Man. You have Vision in there. Hawkeye. Who else? Well, I don't know about that Tiger Girl. Wonder Man 2 is also a good one too. A good choice.
Which I think it'll be a long time before they get to the Avengers, but it looked like they're doing single stories to eventually build up to something. Yeah.
I think Insomniac is building it better than Square Enix did by just throwing a whole bunch of them into one game. Insomniac is making you want the other characters to play a part of it by showing you how good they are with these single ones. So if they do an X-Men one just off of not the original one, just the second X-Men team with Nightcrawler, Colossus, Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm. Like, look at the arcade game, how good that shit did.
Nightcrawler game
Look at these
would
losers.
be fucking sick.
This one's gonna be for Xbox. You're welcome.
Nah, West Coast Avengers not a bad team though. War Machine, Hawkeye.
Yeah, this is 18. When they first came out, it was a lot better than this. This roster, I don't know what this roster is. This roster is horrible. Who are these guys? Who are these losers? Is that the Cowboy Kid? Oh, Lord.
West Coast Avengers.
Wonder Man. I honestly like Wonder Man. I love Wonder Man.
This is going to be slowly.
That one right there. Look at that one. That's not a bad team.
That's a dope team. We got Scarlet Witch on that squad, man. She what?
I don't know what they'll do with Scarlet Witch because she's powerful.
Scarlet Witch. Yeah, Scarlet Witch will wash a lot of these niggas.
Scarlet Witch will watch a lot of people.
Do you think this is going to be?
She got rid of all the mutants. She's too powerful.
Is this going to be solely Insomniac, or do you think other PlayStation studios?
No.
I think in terms of this Marvel, I think in terms of this Marvel deal, I think it's definitely going to be Insomniac.
Yeah. Because you got to remember. No. You got to remember, Insomniac. They have multiple teams, right? And look, they literally dropped two games or announced 2 games. But Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine, and they're working on both of them. So they got multiple teams and stuff like that. I think Insomniac is going to be they're going to be the Marvel Studios for Sony.
How big is their studio though?
About 400 people.
Omar, it doesn't matter. Look what they've been producing. They came out with 3 goddamn games in 1 year.
Yeah, I'm not even questioning no more. They're just gonna have their game. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But they got about 400 people though. So
yeah, that's all I'm telling people. When they showed the CGI for Wolverine, I'm like, it's the name. If Jordan right now say he was dropping a new pair of shoes, you're not gonna just say I ain't buying them. You're gonna look first because of what name is on behind it. So now you got Insomniac dropping a game for Wolverine. All I needed was the name, and they said Marvel, and then they said Wolverine. I was like, I'm buying it because I already know what they can produce.
Yeah.
You need to show me gameplay. I know what you're going to give me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm like, look at Venom. Look, I can't wait to see how Venom plays on Spider-Man.
Hold on. Is there an Avengers team with Miles Morales in it?
No,
yes. Yes.
Isn't that
there is
Young Avengers?
There is. If you look it up, it'll pop up. If you look it up, it'll pop up.
What you asked?
I asked if there's an Avengers team with Miles Morales.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, after the second Secret War, Miles became
yeah.
Hey, yeah,
616.
and that's another thing. It's like with this universe. Remember, he already got like Miles is already introduced.
My bad.
And Peter,
My bad.
Yeah,
you're right.
and stuff like that. So, Insomniac, they're probably gonna, they like to stick close to the comics, but they're gonna take liberties as well. You know what I mean? So I'm excited.
Yeah.
They need to put Flatman on there. See, that's the comic book reader character right there. You need that Flatman.
Jeez. But yo, man, listen, this is a good thing about the conversations we've been having the past 2 weeks. We had that nice conversation about God of War Ragnarok, and then most of everything we talked about kind of came to fruition. And now we talk about Spider-Man and Wolverine and all this. That's a great thing about PlayStation and the games that they create. It creates conversations, right? You can talk we can talk about this forever.
And you talk about the Xbox ones, and they talking about PlayStation. That's what their conversations are about. Their conversations about PlayStation. We're talking about games.
Exactly. But
can you really blame them?
We about to get into these.
Go
ahead.
I'm about to head on myself because I'm in the second part on Tales of Rise right now.
Yeah, it's fire.
I'm in the part 2 of it.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to play.
No, part 2 is actually beat five lords. Why did I just beat 5 lords?
Wait, no, you're talking too much. You're talking way too much. I'm only on Lord. I'm already on Lord 3. So no. Let's.
Wait till you.
Philip, no. I don't need you to say nothing else. Philip, I don't need you to say nothing else, sir.
Nothing else.
I don't need you to say nothing else. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Part 2. Nothing else. Thank you. Thank you. Nothing else, Philip. Nothing else.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, we good.
It's me, Spy. I've been here for like that long, and this point kept booting me out, so I want you to think I just jumped in.
No.
When y'all was talking about all the characters, like Iron Fist and all that shit, y'all talking about it being in a Wolverine game or future Avengers game?
No, we were talking about like we were talking about like what are the possibilities in terms of like potential teams like New Avengers or something like that in terms of like where they could be going with this Spider-Man 2
with the Wolverine. Oh,
yeah.
I heard y'all mention the Fantastic Four.
No, we were talking about like the potential of this new Marvel gaming universe that Insomniac and Sony and Marvel are building up.
Yeah, I heard all of it. The Fantastic Four and all this shit about
if it's Fantastic Four, I don't know how to feel about that just yet.
I
don't know.
What? Yo, Fantastic. Listen, Fantastic Four. That is the first family, bro. There's no Marvel without Fantastic Four.
Respect the first family. I got nothing but respect and love for the F4.
Spider-Man.
There is no Marvel without Fantastic Four. Majority of the major villains that we love and all that stuff. Fantastic Four has definitely dealt with them. Majority of the cosmic entities that we known, Fantastic Four has dealt with them. You all crazy. I would love a Fantastic Four. If there was any team, I would love a Fantastic Four X-Men. I don't want to be like a super team game where it's just a whole bunch of people. I'd rather you focus on like individual characters. But if it was, Fantastic Four or X-Men.
Yeah, sure. Fantastic Four.
With Silver Surfer,
great.
Silver Surfer.
Look at it like this. Like I was thinking about all these like real big names, and I was thinking that you have to look at it on a kind of a grand scale. It's like Spider-Man, Wolverine are perfect in the sense that they're both powerful, but they're not on a cosmic level because that's a lot to put into a game. Those levels of powers, and so like just
SSD, baby.
But I'm saying, like, to have it in a sense of a bunch of people together. Like, if we have the Avengers game, a lot of people are going to want to pick the most powerful person in the group all the time. Then you got people who don't have powers at all. So let's say you got people who fly, and here you are being a Hawkeye trying to catch up with the rest of the team, and they done left your ass behind, and you just taking the car, driving, or like have to jump on Iron Man's back.
I think it'll be single player. I don't think none of these games coming out going to be.
I don't know.
I have a question.
None of that
multiplayer. I think it's any
That
correlation. Y'all ever think there's any correlation with the Marvel's Avengers game?
No, they already said there isn't. This is a separate world from that.
Yeah, nah.
They've already confirmed that.
No, because that's why I'm saying, like, even in the comic books, they separated Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man in the comic book now has an Insomniac Spider-Man in the comics. So it's Insomniac has basically made their own Marvel universe, their own multiverse. So that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, so even if they do Avengers, it will not be called Avengers. It will be called Insomniac's Avengers. That's why it's called Insomniac Spider-Man.
No, it's called Marvel Spider-Man.
But I'm saying it's based on Insomniac's universe.
Yeah,
it's based on its original story.
Yeah,
so that's why they created a new universe.
Yeah,
because we all know.
So maybe they will create their own Marvel Avenger.
My bad.
Insomniac Marvel Avenger then.
Yo, I don't think we gotta go so grandiose when it comes to Avengers. Let's think of smaller scale.
Yeah,
you know,
just X-Men. Like, even if you do First Class or something like that, or do it at the beginning, like that within itself was good because you got a good team there. With Angel? With what you mean? With Angel.
Yo, now this is the funny part. Before you get out of here, Persona, this is the funny part, right? Now I see a lot of people saying that they want like a realistic type of game where it's gonna look bad if Wolverine have his claws out and you're hitting opponents more than once or twice or something like that. But I'm thinking like, yo, it's a video game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how people is taking these superheroes. Like, people saying that they can't get with Avengers because Avengers, Hulk and Thor would destroy these robots in one hit. It's a video game.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's exactly what I was trying to tell Wooly the other day, because he was talking about, well, how they're gonna make, like, if Wolverine, like how they're gonna make Wolverine die or get knocked out. If he gets knocked out or died by enemies, that's gonna break. Hold on. He said that's gonna break immersion, and I'm like, what the fuck do you expect? Like, it's a video game. Like, at one point, like, you gotta let that stuff go. Like, yes, like Wolverine's gonna die, you know, if you mess up as the player and shit like that. But that's part of video game mechanics. Otherwise, you can't make the game. You know what I mean? It's just that's like saying,
and
like,
people get it twisted. Wolverine is not immortal. He can die.
Yeah.
He can heal fast, but he can die. You know
That's
what I mean?
People don't realize
he can get knocked out.
But that's like getting that's like getting upset about like Dragon Ball Fighters when Krillin can beat Frieza or some shit like that. Like,
exactly.
It's just a game, yeah.
Oh wait, you know what people don't know is that Wolverine does die, but he goes to hell. But what people don't know is that Wolverine can die down to get shot down to just his bones. And what happens all the time is that he actually goes to hell, fights his way back out, and comes back alive all the time. Tell people to go do some research on the character.
Yo,
you said that. They actually break down.
How can I break immersion?
Yo, do y'all think they're gonna make him 5'2"? Like the comics, like his height.
Oh, make him short.
Yeah, he's like 5'2".
Oh, he's gonna be short now.
Yeah, he's like 5'2".
Yeah, let's get to these outros, man. Yo, Broken Saint, man, give us your outro, bro.
Yo, Broken Saint. You can look me up on YouTube, on Instagram now as Broken Saint Artistries 78. Other than that, man, yo, this, like I said, these are the podcasts I like, man. Where we can talk about something worth talking about. Look us all up. Link up with all these guys. They're all good. Even on Twitter. Go on the spaces, have a nice little laugh, talking on the Xbox ones. That's what I do. And I'll see y'all later.
No doubt. Yo, Chris, give us your outro, bro.
Yo, this Wednesday, Hostile Takeover at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're taking over a whole planet. We got the banners. We're sticking the flag down, playing the PlayStation.
Sir.
We there.
Facts.
What's up, PlayStation's coming through. I got 2 generals coming with me.
Big facts.
Let's check it out.
Big facts. Yo, Omar, outro.
Yeah, first time I'm gonna do a shameless plug. Catch me on VGP in 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the chat giving FC hell.
You about to do another podcast on what day you.
Yo, what happened to the episode that Persona was on? I couldn't find it.
They deleted my
Yo,
shit.
they deleted it.
They deleted my shit, nigga.
Why they delete it, Omar?
Nah, it's because like the whole shit had messed up. It had like cut out halfway, so they had to like redo it or some shit.
It's convenient the one you wanted. Messed up. All right, got
yeah, I know, right? Yo, King Queso, man, give us your outro, bro.
Hey man, she was King Kiso. Find me on Twitter, King Kiso. PlayStation King Kiso. Thanks for having me. Always enjoying the good conversation. Chopping up everybody, and yeah, man, everybody just be easy.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Yo, Oblivious, man, first time here. I'm glad you came through, bro.
Yeah, man, first time here. I'm Oblivious on Twitter. If y'all need art, hit me up.
Yo, his art is really good too, man. That shit is
Don't
fire.
ask for free art because everybody be asking me for free art. I don't do anything for free. It's my job. So if you need art, hit me up. I'm trying to get the Guilty Gear Plat. That thing is, I don't even know why they put this trophy in the game. You gotta beat the arcade mode, like without dying or whatever. That thing is insane. So I'm trying to get to Plat. I'm almost there. But yeah, it was a pleasure. Shout out to Persona, Barry, everybody in here, and yeah, we out.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, Oblivious, man. We'll definitely link up, man. Get some art done. You got some skills, man. You got some skills.
Appreciate it.
Yo, Spartan, man. Give us your outro, bro.
Hey, yo, Spartan, you catch me on Twitter now. Same Spartan guy. So y'all later.
Speaking of Mike.
I did, nigga. I catch me on Twitter. Now I'm back on Twitter.
Okay.
Spartan God 876, I believe. I don't remember. Y'all can catch me here on What's Up PlayStation on Saturdays.
What? as a panel member or as someone in the chat?
The chat.
Oh.
I ain't gonna cap. That did throw me too for a little bit. I was like,
yeah, I say what?
Yeah.
Yo,
I thought it was an announcement. I thought it was a member announcement.
Oh
I was
my god. Yo,
acquisition.
Yo, Court, give us your outro, bro.
Yo, y'all know who it is. It's still, I'm out. I'm on Tales of a Ride. Y'all have a good night. We got a good talk. I ain't got time for no damn long ass outro. Peace.
Yo, Barry, man, outro, man. Man's didn't speak from the heart this morning, bro. I was at a meeting in that speak from the heart, boy.
That shit had me crying, boy.
I ain't even here yet. I gotta be here.
Yeah, it was good. It was funny.
Crazy.
Yo, man.
Good outro, bro.
My mouth is tired. Pause.
Hey,
I'm about to go on the Tales of a Ride. Wait, what? Hold up, man. Now y'all want to tap me.
You ain't about to gloss over what the fuck you just said, my boy.
Now y'all want to tap me. I can't speak freely?
Hell no.
What's going on?
You got it, bro. You got it, bro.
My mouth tired, bro. What?
Why are you saying it again, nigga? What's wrong with you,
I'm gonna say it again.
I don't know why you with you, nigga.
What happened? Who got issues?
Yo, this man Barry crazy, bro.
Nah, man, it's good to chop it up with you guys, man. But yeah, I'm about to get on this Tales, man, because the story is just too good. The gameplay is just too good.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? And yo, I'm getting much better with the combos and stuff now. Seeing stuff that links. Man, I'm having way too much fun in this game.
Yo, I'm still kind of floating around different arts with Alphen on like trying to get like my optimal setup.
Yo, listen, man. I got my optimal, man. 8,000 guaranteed.
8,000. Hey, I need you to post that vid real quick.
TOD, guaranteed damage.
Post the vid, nigga. Post the vid.
I posted it.
Link me.
People coming at me talking about. Trust my man Wolflow. I don't know what comment he talking about. My man Wolflow was like, "Yo, I take efficiency over flashiness." I'm like, "So what you trying to say, Wolflow?"
Hey, yo, that shit had me rolling, bro. I said, "What?"
Yeah, I was confused for a second. I'm like, yo, is he trying to come at me? Like, I think I'm not efficient. The reason why I'm doing so much damage because I'm efficient. But
I'm almost done, man. My whole thing is with his thunder thrust into the sword fury in the air.
Yeah, that's nice.
The enemy he always drops before I can do the slash into the Rising Falcon. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? He dropped before the slash, and I try to pop him up higher.
You gotta see how high you pop them up. If you're mid or you're low, it's gonna drop.
Yeah, it's gonna
but
drop.
If you gotta have them
Above
chest
you.
high.
Yeah.
There's
like
a move that he does on the
combo.
ground. There's a move that he does on the ground. He does like a whole bunch of thrusts. Then he knocks them up a little bit. You can do the thunder rising thunder move, and that will pop them up really high so you can get it.
You talking about the Orochi Cyclone thing? I know you're talking about electric.
Nah, it's not an electric move. It's just a regular move. He does like a whole bunch of stabs, then he does like one up thrust.
Oh,
That
I know.
move is super
Okay. I think you come on.
But yeah, man, yo, good show on Persona, man.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you guys later. Next stream. We gone.
Yo, listen, man. Your
Yo,
boy.
also thanks for that whole hip hop thing, man. Thanks
Oh
for
yeah, no
that.
doubt, man. It was
That
good
was
chopping
shit
it up.
right there, boy. That was almost as good as Showcase, boy. I got so damn hype.
Yeah, man, it was, definitely good to chop it up with hip hop this past weekend. Make sure y'all check that out on the official What's Up PlayStation podcast. For me, listen, I want to play Tales of Arise, to be honest. Listen, I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream, man. What's Up? When Persona Speaks, episode 139. I'm getting up there in those episodes. I'm still going to do a trailer breakdown this week of a couple of the PlayStation trailers, so that's still coming. And yeah, man, if you follow me on Twitter at Persona Speaks. Also, if you enjoyed the content here, subscribe. I'm almost at 2,000 subs, so help get your boy to 2,000. I'm close. So help your boy out, right? And that's it, guys, man. I appreciate y'all. Have a great night. Be safe. Happy Monday. Yeah. And I'll see you guys next time. And we out, man. Peace.
Later.
Hey, boy, you gonna be playing that Deathloop?